Welcome to Masters of the Metaverse. It's Meta Monday. I'm James Durham, and I'll be your GM for today's show. Joining me at the table is Jim Clausen, Mark Thomason, and Sean Franklin. What is Masters of the Metaverse? Masters of the Metaverse is the stories of ordinary people put into extraordinary circumstances, caught between the struggles of two ancient enemies. They use high-tech metapods to merge themselves with avatars on other worlds, gaining astonishing abilities and overcoming tremendous challenges along the way. We are not only streaming right now here on Twitch, our episodes are available on demand from the Fantasy Network, and you can find them on YouTube as well. Masters of the Metaverse is 100% fan-supported from our Patreon page. Go to our Patreon page now to find out how you can support this great show and other shows like it. You know, like maybe the Journey Quest 3.5 Kickstarter, even though Matt Vancel isn't here for you to pick on.
That's true. Oh, poor Vancel.
And I'd really like to see what happens on that one. So, here are our Patreon buffs for this week for the poll that we took. Now, Mark, you will receive plus 30 hit points and plus 9 to one roll. Sean, you will receive plus 20 hit points and plus 6 to one roll. For Jim, I've got plus 30 hit points and plus 8 to one roll. And for myself, plus 30 hit points and plus 8 to one roll. I would also like to take a moment to have a very, very special thank you to our Patreon members. In particular today, I would like to thank Mr. Eric Downs. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric Downs.
Thank you, Eric.
Mr. Joel Dietz. I hope I said your last name right. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Thanks,
And
Eric.
Mr. Jeremy L. Huber. Thank you. And thank all of you for what you do. Without you, this wouldn't exist.
Thank you, guys.
You're awesome. Seriously, thank you very much.
Now, I guess I could talk about the store. Should I talk about the store?
Probably.
I could talk about the store.
You're the man. You're the
Now,
man.
the store's a lot smaller today than usual because we are not actually in the metaverse. I know it means there's so many cool stuff that we're not going to get to do today, but it also means that they can really die. Think about that. So we have the meta point in the store. Now, usually that's used so our pilots can move along the sliders, but today each of our players has their own special and unique abilities that they can spend meta points on.
No sliders today.
No, but you've got some really cool things you can spend those meta points on. I know because I made them up myself. Also on the store today, we have the cheat code. With the cheat code, you will simply roll an extra die when you're rolling and take your two best ones. You get rid of the worst one. It's a great way to make those critical rolls. Each one of you has your own very specific buff, from Master Negotiator with Bruno, Take Cover for Cole, and High Tech for John Stone. Now, we also have the Rule of Cool, which I think is the coolest thing on there, and not just because it says cool. Because Rule of Cool goes off, and we all just say what we want to do, and then chat gets to vote, and they always pick the best one. I've never seen them not pick the best one, so you can count on them for that. And then there's a hack attack, when they just really, really want to put something interesting, or they don't like me, and want me to turn a Winnebago into a transformer and give it to the federal government and have it locked up in a facility. It's really depressing. But some of the stuff's really great too, like floods and exploding boats.
And Winnebago Transformers.
Winnebago Transformers.
Well, what would his name be? Did you already do that?
Oh, Rabopal? Oh, she's around.
Rabopal.
Rabopal exists.
Because it transformed into an old lady opal, like with her handbag, and went around beating up the local meth addicts and stuff.
Sure.
With the handbag, as you would.
Well, yeah.
Like
meth
you
addicts,
do.
you gotta,
Yeah, like you
you
do.
gotta give him a
Yeah.
slap. Don't do meth.
Well, I think we are about ready to start our show, so without
Maybe some black
further
people with
ado,
this.
we'll see you in just a minute and start this story up.
Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the metaverse.
Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Control them, reroll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. The model winds of a secret voice. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse.
It's Meta Monday!
I
All
was
right.
singing that song. While it was playing, I was singing because I know all of it.
I was too.
That is very, very impressive. I don't.
And really, even like the second verse, like we totally know, just like Chris does.
Yeah.
Totally, right?
I
I was saving my voice.
Yes, he.
Fair.
Or saving us from your voice?
No, he can sing. He can sing.
Oh.
I've heard him sing.
Okay. I just figured you must have been like me and you just don't want to hear it.
No, that's me.
All right.
That is very much Mark.
Last week, we were in New York City, and Nick met Nick. Too bad he's not here. You don't get to find out what happened there. You know, don't get to find out about them going to Mount Rushmore and meeting each other. You don't get to find out about that. We're just going to skip that.
Matt, you better be damn sick right now, because
IRL, I'm from Brooklyn. Born and raised.
You probably would have been offended at my lack of knowledge of New York City in the last session.
It's all right. It's all right, man.
I apologize for a show that you've probably not watched.
next time we go to Brooklyn, we'll have Chris Odie run it, so he'll do like hours of research beforehand and know every street corner like he does. So
It's really, really important.
yeah, to know what street name it is. Yeah.
I'm off track here. Last week we were in New York. Shortly thereafter, Nick met Nick, and poor Bruno had to go nurse a burnt-out knee.
Falling 6 stories will do that to you.
Patrick was out of sorts as well. The last thing you heard from him is something about getting his Winnebago back from the damn government.
Good luck with that.
I can't really speak to that, but maybe we'll find out what happened to Patrick and Robopo later today. Some of you may remember Mr. John Stone from some of our previous adventures. John Stone, 2 weeks ago, you were among your fellow founders' agents using new intelligence received from an inside source within the program to coordinate and hit safe houses and supply locations in a massive offensive operation. It was a smashing success. Until the program started hitting back. And suspiciously on the time frame, that was right after Nick Krieger escaped protective custody, implicating that he may in fact be working with the program again.
Which is surprising. He was a good dude when I met him. I remember that much. Uh-oh.
Let's start cooking up some fun. Hashtag hack attack.
Uh-oh. They're after us.
Thank
We
you,
just
Chad.
started. I just got back, guys. It's been a year.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Wrong.
Then you found out your younger brother, Eli, was among the gentlemen and women accepted into the Project Metaverse beta testers, and is in fact in the facility as we speak. Knowing what the program does and what they're up to, you would have none of it. Asking for help from your founders, fellows, you received none. You were told the operation's too difficult, too many resources, too much going on, pushed to the back burner. They basically told you your brother wasn't important enough, which just didn't sit well with you. And despite everything they've done for you and all you owe them, you went AWOL on the founders.
Yes.
And you spent the last week pretending to fish the waters off the man-made island that contains the Project Metaverse facility.
And I can't fish.
No,
I can't fish.
anybody watching would know that, and you hope they're not paying too close of attention. But in the week that you've spent there, you've noticed that the place is fortified like a military base. There are 4 towers on the exterior, barracks, guard patrols on foot.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be a video game place where they make video games.
That's right. And
They
the
got-
land is leased from the Department of Defense on a government contract.
Something's fishy.
Very, very fishy. And
And I
something
can't even
else.
fish, and I know that.
Something else has been happening these past 4 days. An anonymous number has continued to text you day after day, offering to help. Offering to help and offering to help. And you're staring at that screen right now and knowing there's no possible way that you can get on that island alone.
It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Like, do I trust this guy? You know, is this a trap?
Everything's
Or
a trap. That's why I'm still
exactly.
alive.
Yes, exactly. John Stone, SWAT, former SWAT.
And you keep finding yourself hovering over, responding to that text. Today is probably going to be that day. You just don't see any other way in. And with a message, you say the simple 2 letters of OK. Within a few moments, a few more text messages arrive. An address and 2 names. Bruno and Cole.
See, I said okay. Is that what I said okay? Because I would have started off with you up. I would have started off with that. And then, okay. Send pics. Something like that. Because I don't know who this is, right?
No, you
so
do
I'd be
not
like,
know
hey,
who this is. I like this.
That's right, chat. We're like 1 minute into the show, and James almost broke already. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's going to happen like a dozen times.
Especially
I
this
just
one.
accept it. You should too. Bruno,
Yeah.
Anonymous has been texting you over and over and over again, and you set things in order once you saw that last one and that last offer. 20 million on the table. I mean, you do have to help some Brit break into Project Metaverse, but hey, it's all in a day's work, right?
I get paid whether we succeed or not.
Now, the drive to California should have taken 3 days, but you were driving, and it was a rental. Yeah, it was almost a week
Alexis is
for him to
gone.
get to California. We all know.
what, he
It's
stopped for
okay.
Metamucil?
No, I just obey the speed limit. Thank you very much.
And your first task upon arriving was to pick up a Brit by the name of Cole from LAX.
All right.
Riding in the back of your car as you proceed to the hotel room. The guy who picked you up from the airport is a little old to be doing these kind of gigs.
Bruno,
I'm William Cole.
welcome aboard.
He's got the build, the hands, and the stance of a professional, but the guy should be like, playing cribbage somewhere or, shuffleboard.
Cribbage?
What are you still working out for all these years?
Well, don't know what else to do with myself.
I know those nights.
Consummate professionals you are, you have very little small talk and share almost no personal details before you arrive at your hotel room. A single man is standing out front, waiting impatiently, tapping his foot.
Do I recognize him?
You've never seen him before. As the vehicle pulls into the parking lot, the 2 men inside, they don't fit. They're not tourists. They're not some people here on some business conference or whatever it would be that would bring them down to Los Angeles.
The beards don't even look real.
The movement, the hands, the way they stand. They're operators. You've seen their kind before.
So, how far away am I from them?
About 15 or 20 feet.
So I'm close.
You're pretty close.
And so they know that I'm here, because if they're operators, they should know that I'm operating on them, right?
It's possible,
So it's like a
unless
mo-
they're not as good as you.
It's like an operative Mobius strip, sort of, because we're
Correct.
just all kind of operating on each other. So let's just end this charade and say, hey, look, I go over to them.
All right.
I say, hey, look, you're operating, I'm operating. Maybe we can operate together. We can, remove the water on the knee of this operation. It's an operation.
Right about
Joe.
that moment that you get a text on your burner, you'll be joined by a third.
Okay.
He's a little late to the party. I'm probably that third that they're talking about. Look, have you been getting the same emails or text or whatever? I've been getting text. I don't know what you get. Have you been getting the same thing that we've been getting?
Oh yeah.
Because I've been getting text from this guy who claims to know a lot about what's going on with the founders now. This facility, a facility. You guys know about this?
I know the founders. Heard about them. Guy I worked with on the last mission talked about him.
Look, I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's pretty much all that I'm here to do. It's my job.
And what exactly is that?
Yeah.
I've been hired, I believe, to break you in to a special facility. Help you get some detail, some info that you need.
Hold on. You've been hired. So you mean not by him?
No, I didn't do the hiring. I'm one of the hired guns.
So how do you even know you can trust this guy?
I don't.
And who hired you?
I have my contacts.
I've heard that line before. I've said that line before. I have my contacts. I know more than you can possibly imagine. Don't ask me.
Look. I did this job with this guy Nick a couple weeks ago. Went smoothly.
You know Nick?
More or less.
Nick Krieger?
You know Nick.
Known him for years.
Really?
I've been doing this kind of job a long time, fellas.
Wait a second. He knows a name. All right. There are a lot of guys that can know Nick Krieger. What do you know about Nick Krieger? You guys have a flip phone. What is this? What the hell?
To celebrate the return of John, here's some hashtag John Buff, hashtag Cole Buff, hashtag Bruno Buff.
Woohoo!
Thank you,
Buffs.
Fonz390. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Gearing up.
It's called a burner phone. I'm not gonna, something I can just chuck when I need to.
Is that accent even real? Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Is that Irish?
I picked him up at the airport. He's coming in from Heathrow, so.
Has he been watching
I assume-
Look. Look. All right, look. It's clear that you guys are attached to the same guy that I'm attached to. I got a big need. I got blood in there, all right? I don't know if you guys know.
So this mission's for you. This
this is-
isn't you're
For
not one
me,
of
it's
us.
for me. I don't know what this is for you, but for some reason, this anonymous has gotten us in this. Now, this could be good for all of us, or it could be bad, but I know I can't just hang by while those guys are in there doing God knows what to my blood, all right?
So what's your link to Nick then?
I served with Nick in the field. Well, before everything went crazy, anyway.
How long ago?
I haven't seen Nick in about a year.
Oh, okay. So recently then.
Well, I guess comparatively. I don't know what he's been up to. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on, but when I met him, when I served with him, he seemed all right.
So you were showing us the phone earlier. What was on the phone that you were showing us? You were showing us like a picture of Nick, or what were you, like his phone number? What were you showing us?
Nick I've
Thank
been
you all for
contacting
stepping
regularly.
up. You are all heroes tonight, and heroes need buffs. Hashtag
Max.
Bruno Buff,
Thank you,
hashtag
Max.
John Buff, hashtag Cole Buff, and yay, Sean.
Hey,
Hey,
Sean.
thank
Thank
you. Appreciate that.
Happy to see you back.
And special thanks to everyone who helped save today and make it actually
No
happen.
kidding.
And thank you to everybody who actually remembers me, because, you know, it's been a while.
So what are you showing us
This-
this phone?
Nick is the only person that I've been speaking to regularly. He is my contact. I've been doing jobs for years with Nick for Anonymous. I've been in situations like this before. Nobody knows anybody, but we all know what the job is and what we need to do. Now, I'm assuming this is a situation very similar to that we all have a job to do. We are all going to the same place. Now, I don't really know why this guy is why things are so personal for you. I don't really care. I have a job to do. I want to do it. I want to get it done fast and done right, which means stay cool.
So you're going to do this just because Anonymous told you to?
I don't do anything because someone just told me to. I do things because I get paid to do them.
Money in the bank.
Are they paying you guys enough to do this? To be loyal to this, all right? I don't need you guys going to cut and run when it gets hot, and it's going to get hot.
You ever heard of anyone that took a job and then cut and run with the money
Yeah.
Yeah.
and seen them alive?
Well, no.
Thank you. For what I'm being paid, it's worth to do the job than not. because not doing the job is a guaranteed.
So you've been working with Nick for years. Have you met Nick?
He's the only one I've spoken to on the phone.
Okay.
He's the only one I trust.
You recognize his voice?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But like, how many years? We talking like, did you go back to Nam with him, or like?
Are you writing a book, mate?
I'm just trying to figure some shit out because I saw some stuff that like.
At your age, I'm sure you've seen a lot of stuff.
No, not like this, man. Not
Bruno
like this.
Hamilton. That's who you are.
Yeah, you know me?
Well, I don't know you. I've heard about you. Okay. I've been sitting here because I've seen and I've heard vague things about it. I've seen glimpses and dossier captures. You know, they got the people taking telephoto lens photography of operations that were done with other guys. I get briefings about stuff. I'd see your name kind of pop up here and there. Never worked with you, never assigned to work with you, but I've heard of you. And now it's been, you're old, man. You've aged. you've aged kind of. But yeah, now that I'm here close enough to you and I'm looking at you, I can see it. Like if I kind of squint my eyes right here, you're Bruno Hamilton.
Okay, I maybe drank a little too much when I was young, smoked a few too many cigarettes, but I'm 62 years old. I'm not ancient.
All right, so obviously this is gonna be like The Rock kind of scenario. We got the old guy who's an expert gonna break us into the island. This is The Rock. Don Simpson is a movie. It had, Sean Connery, Nicolas
James
Cage.
Bond?
Nicolas Cage.
It's a James Bond flick?
His name was Stanley Goodspeed. He was like, "No, what in the name of Zeus's butthole?" You guys didn't see that?
No, missed that one.
All right, the point is this what we got? Look, I know you got the chops. I know you got the experience. I don't know if your body can hold up, but I don't have a lot of options.
Other than my knee, my body's doing pretty well.
Do you feel good about this guy?
I showed up. You were here to pick me up. We're working together.
Ready to do a job.
Let's do a job then.
So you're going to attempt to break into one of the most secure facilities on the planet with a British person you don't know and a geriatric.
I'm not just gonna go break in. I mean, we're gonna case the place.
2.3 square miles.
We're gonna, hey.
You've been casing it for a week.
Yes. I have my intel. Maybe they have some. Maybe Anonymous will drop a little gold nuggets our way and help us along the way get inside this place.
That is a good point.
So, you've been getting texts from Anonymous. Have you texted back? Does he respond when you talk?
I barely get anything out of Anonymous. I got all my information on the last mission through this nutcase named Patrick.
You said you've been doing jobs with Anonymous for a long time.
That's what he said, yeah.
I've been doing jobs, working with Anonymous. I've been
Yay for
talking.
Wendell. I mean 3-puck. I mean Sean. Love you. Have a great show, guys. I heart you all. From the show D.
Oh,
Thank you,
Sarah.
Thank you.
and hey, 35, you're right. It was Michael Bay. Sorry about that. But it seems like a Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer type of thing. Same era.
It's a good movie.
It was right after
Bruno's never
Simpson
seen it,
died.
but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's fun.
On the toilet, I hear. Wasn't it? I don't know. But
Well,
yeah,
some of the
yeah,
information
definitely
you do have is that it's man-made and owned by the Department of Defense, who has leased it to the program.
Yeah.
It's being funded through a defense contract, which is kind of odd for a video game.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that security on site doubled 2 weeks ago. Right around the time all things started to just pop off. Which means that there are 400 armed security personnel on that island.
Mm-hmm. So obviously a frontal assault is out.
400.
Also, 2 weeks ago, you found out, trying to hack in offshore, that they put up a firewall. They've blocked off everything. They're not sending out or receiving satellite signals, Wi-Fi signals, nothing. As far as you can tell, on that island, if it's not a hardwired phone or shortwave radio, they shut it all down 2 weeks ago, which has the disadvantage of making it really hard to, crack any of their alarm codes or find out anything about the facility, but also means that should you decide to make a landing, all they've got is shortwave radios and hardwired phones.
Do I know when that place was built? Like how long? The island is a man-made island. Do I know when it was built?
Facility construction began 6 years ago.
Okay, so it's new stuff. So
You know that the guards work on 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off schedule, and you also know that they differentiate between those that are in the main facility, they live on site, and the guards that patrol and occupy the towers around the perimeter. Those are the guys that come in for 2 weeks, ship out for 2 weeks, come in for 2 weeks, ship out for 2 weeks. And because security's doubled, they just added 50 new guys coming into the next shipment of people. Next shift has 50 brand new security operatives
50
on it.
dudes. 50
All right, so
guys that they're not gonna know. I mean, they'll have pictures and stuff, but
And conspicuously, there are no facility schematics available whatsoever. In fact, someone went in and deleted them.
this is exactly what I was gonna go for.
So we don't know anything about the security systems.
Other than what he's pointed out, is there used to be some very elaborate stuff, but considering that there is now only shortwave radios and hardwired phones, it's whatever security they can come up with that's going to work with that.
So why do you think they only got the shortwave radios? Like, what are they doing there?
Well, it's obviously to keep people from snooping. I mean, they're going old school because nobody's gonna think that they went old school. They're gonna think they're using all the brand new stuff. They're gonna be trying to get all kinds of ways to hack in that are new, ignoring some of the old stuff, ignoring some of the basic stuff. But that means it does have vulnerabilities.
Either of you guys computer guys? You do your
Oh yeah.
Do you know how to? Both of you guys? All right. More power to you, man. It's a little beyond me, but you got the what do you call them? Those satellites up there.
Yes, I had my
you
own
have
satellite
access-
up there.
Hey, I'm just saying, this guy Patrick is a pain in the ass, but he sat down at his computer and he was looking at satellite pictures of everything right below, like close-ups off of military satellites. I don't know how he gets into them, but we were being followed by these guys. He had it completely figured out. Can we get like pictures of what we're looking at from above? Do you have access to that kind of stuff?
Well, I can try to see what I can find out.
It's gonna
Give me a
take a
computer's
while,
roll.
though.
Give me a computer's roll if you'd like
Are we
to
in a
give it
hurry?
shot.
Not in a hurry. It's gonna take a while. See, it's not like on the movies where he just
one or
taps a couple of keys and all of a sudden he's in. It's
Oh,
gonna take
sorry,
a
one or
big-
two times.
Two dice.
Two dice.
Two dice, and you want to try and get under
Retasking,
that
getting
score that
in
you
and
have
stuff.
for your skill of computers.
All right, 9 and a 7.
From what I can tell, you got to do a whole lot of
16.
this
That's not going to beat
really
that
fast,
score.
so make it work.
Really?
Cole spends approximately an hour trying to find a way into some of these satellites to get some imagery from overhead and can't seem to get his way into any of them.
Have you
During
tried
that
just like
hour-
hitting the keys really fast? Patrick did that a lot and seemed to work.
Closing my eyes, hitting the keys a lot.
To do that in
doing
NCIS.
You do it with your eyes closed? That's not how you, dude. Let me try it.
So,
Mr.
Try.
Stone, he would like to give it a shot. Feel
All right.
free.
So now, what did you use? You use computers, electronics. What did you use?
yeah.
Use
I use
computers.
computers.
What score do you have in computers?
Computers have 10.
Huh, I have 11.
I
Plus,
have a 0.
plus I get all stone buffed, which means, bam, I make rolls, son. That's what I do. I make rolls, son.
rolls.
I make rolls.
Egg rolls.
I make dollars and I make
cinnamon rolls, like
and I make corpses because I'm SWAT.
All right. What do we got?
I roll
Manatee corpses.
12.
2 10-sided.
Oh, 2 10s, right. All right. I got a 13.
That is just over your computer score.
However, my stone. Wait, how many buffs do I get to use a stone buff?
You could,
I
but
can
you
use one?
also happen to have that plus to a roll, of +6 to one roll. So you could change your score to a 17 in computers for this one roll instead of
For this
11.
one roll.
If you
All
want to
right.
burn that +6.
Well, we need to know what we're dealing with, so I'm gonna go ahead and burn.
All right.
Okay.
You are able to get satellite imagery, which confirms everything that you have seen already during the week. It's laid out 2.3 square miles. There are 4 towers. Each one of these towers is completely independent and self-contained.
What? Windows 3.11?
how is it square, rectangular? What's the kind of layout of the
It's kind of hexagonal.
hexagon? Okay.
Hexagonal.
Hexagonal?
I'm speaking.
I like that. Hexagonal.
Okay. So it's a hexagonal shaped facility. So I'm getting pictures, overhead pictures.
Oh
that's
yeah,
it,
you're getting
just-
all kinds of, and it seems that the most traffic comes from the north tower. Looks like all of the foot patrols that go out around the island leave there and come back to there.
Are there docks at all the towers? Or
There is one primary docking facility on the north end of the island.
Okay.
The main facility is much larger than any of the other buildings. It is 6 floors above ground. You're not sure how many below. And then there is a smaller facility, about a third of its size, next to it, which John Stone believes is the source of the power for the island.
I believe that's the source for the power for the island.
So, how are we going to do this? We're going to go in and we want to take out power and try and go in kind of hardcore, put them into the dark, run them around, or we want to try and come in. I mean, there's so many different ways we can approach this, but with as many men as they've got, anything that we do is going to be concerning.
And there are 3 of us.
Yeah.
And you're old.
I'm not sure how that plays into it, but yes.
Well, reduced reaction time, reduced physical abilities. Keen mind, right? But I'm just saying, can't move that fast, can't fight that hard, can't lift a lot, can't punch too hard. What do you do with your
Do you know how to get a hold of Nick? Call Nick, ask him about me. He'll tell you I can do just fine.
I'm not trying
Thank
to
you very
insult you.
much.
I'm just saying. You probably do Tai Chi in the park, so you're probably all right. You can move. But, what's your specialty?
Okay, just because you got that right doesn't mean any of the rest of that is right.
Yeah.
I'm former British commando. I can get in and out of anywhere safely or violently. That was just with 400 people and 3 of us. Safely seems to be a more intelligent way to go in.
Well, yeah, for sure. Look, so you're closer to Anonymous than us. Can you see if he has anything to give us? Any tips? Any backdoor stuff? Any information at all?
I can get in touch with Nick.
You can get in touch with Nick?
I can get in touch with Nick, and I can see what I can find out, and see if we can get any new information to come in.
Why is he so...
Dial Mr. Krieger.
Dial in Mr. Krieger.
You call the number that you have from Mr. Krieger, and it rings
He does that.
twice,
I take him aside.
3 times.
Why do you think he
Voicemail.
doesn't want to talk to Anonymous? I mean,
Nick.
Anonymous is setting us up for
This
this
is Cole.
operation.
From
We need
my
some more
standpoint,
information on
I've
this
had like
place.
2
Everything's
texts.
just changed. There's
doesn't
400
talk.
new guards. There's 400 guards there. They added
been
new,
on this for
new
years.
50 new people. Security's all
try.
changed. Anything you can get me. Just text me, call me, anything.
Leaving a voicemail.
No answer from Nick.
No answer from me.
Just Snapchat him. Put a nice filter on it. Hashtag
So-
get us in, please.
You've met Nick, right?
Yeah, I met Nick.
Do you have a picture of him? Can you describe him?
Well, there's kind of a big guy, kind of balding, has a beard, jovial sort, but he's kind of confused. He's what they called a gestalt entity. He's like bits and pieces of this guy and that guy. His psyche's kind of fragmented. But I mean, he seemed to be controlled enough to operate properly. He was a good guy. I didn't get a vibe off him like he was some kind of, dirty op.
What do you mean gestalt entity?
What the hell are you
what's
talking
that?
about?
Well, like his psyche was that's the term they used. His psyche's kind of fragmented. He's not entirely sure of all. It's almost like being what do you call it? Schizophrenic, maybe multiple personality disorder, something like that. Except he acts just fine. Like he can do normal stuff. He didn't have any episodes, but it seems like in certain parts, in certain operations, what I hear is that he kind of isn't always sure who he is.
You ever see him do his thing?
What thing?
Where he like, this is stupid, but he like takes over other people, like mentally. He's got like ESP.
What?
What?
Like, it sounds stupid. It's gonna sound stupid. There's no way to explain this. Literally, like, he goes like stiff. Like he's standing there and suddenly he's just like not moving. And then he's like there, but like his brain goes into somebody else and makes somebody else do whatever the hell he wants. And like he talks to you from this other person and it's still like him in there. It's the most crazy shit I ever seen in my life.
Nick is telling me to tell you that's the dumbest thing I ever fucking heard.
Fuck off.
You know how Brits are. They're really sarcastic and stuff. Some British humor.
No, like, legitimately, like, I saw him do this, like, twice. He, like, goes into another person, like, completely takes him over.
When he was in an
I mean,
avatar, or when he were like in the real world?
What?
and have it. Never mind. Well, no, I've never seen that.
So I was thinking, I knew I'd heard the name Nick Krieger before, right? So I'm thinking about it, and I realized it was Nam. Nick Krieger was this guy back in Vietnam. He was working in a special operations unit. Do you know this? Do you hear about?
Nick and I have only talked
young.
about jobs.
Y'all are too young.
Well, I know what Nam is.
No
What do you
way
mean,
Nick's old
too
enough to
young?
have been in Nam.
What? No. He has not been in Vietnam. He's not your age.
I'm saying there was.
Many people aren't your age.
I know he's not old enough. I'm just saying the guy jumps from one person into another, controls him, and there was a Lieutenant Nick Krieger worked at what was that Valley Forge, Firebase Valley Forge, back in Nam. And I was I can't remember too much about him, but I like heard about his name. He was into some really dark stuff, like really.
Look, I'm sure there's
Special
multiple
ops.
people's name Nick Krieger. That's not such an uncommon name that nobody else would have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Does it have anything to do with what we're trying to do here?
maybe
Why?
these are the same people, right? Like we're dealing with the same people. This Project Metaverse video game thing is the stuff that Nick was looking into. You know Nick. That's not a coincidence.
So what do you propose we do? We call Nick and get him to mind
don't know,
screw
there's-
somebody?
No, I was trying to remember. There's a. What the hell is his name? He worked with a CIA spook. Guy I met once. Lexington.
Lexington Steel.
No, that was his last name. Colonel Lexington. No, he wasn't even. He was CIA. What was his name? Oh, this brain. Come on.
Well, while he's trying to think of this guy's
Jebediah.
name,
Je- I
so
think
look,
it was
we got
Jebediah.
the overhead of this
No.
place, right? The power plant is, we know what that is. We know where they have lesser fortifications.
Yeah.
We can hack into, I mean, this is common thing right there. Hack in, get our face. Well, we can't use our faces. They know who the hell I am. You good with makeup? Is that one of your skills? Is it one of my skills?
I'm great at stealth and security, combat tactics, covert operations.
Disguise isn't one of the things that I'm
not
good at.
disguises, no.
Give me
All
a
right.
mind roll. Any
mind
three of
roll?
you. Or a covert operations if you have the skill.
16.
I beat my covert operations by 11.
How do I not have that?
It does occur to you that they're bringing in 50 brand new security guys.
Yeah. So
brand new
here's
ones.
here's what we need to
Yeah.
do. They've got these new security guys going in, right?
I know, but they're gonna have ID. They're
But
gonna have pictures of them.
we can-
I wanted
we
to-
can
We
make
could
ID.
make fake IDs.
Do you know how many fake IDs I've used?
That's what I'm already going for. But my point is, my face. They know this. That's why I said you have any disguising skills. I know that. I just can't.
Could punch him in the face and the nose.
Look, seriously. You guys have prosthetic skills. You have like do you follow any Instagram chicks that can make people look real good?
You are in Los Angeles.
Okay, LA. There's got to be some theater around here. There's got to be some effects people. There's got to be
Lots.
some folks that can do that kind of thing. All right,
There are
that's what we got
plenty.
to do.
You got a Yellow Pages?
I mean, your face has been around. You're gonna probably need something.
My face has not been around.
It's been around. You're old. They know you. They know who you are. You're kind of known in these ops.
I'm
This
a
guy,
contractor.
well,
Like
he's-
I'd be absolutely the kind of guy that'd be taking on the security job. I'm not tied into this metaverse stuff.
We're not gonna know him.
Anybody saw my face last while I was working with Nick is dead now.
We'll find somebody who can make us over. Then we'll go and try to jack some of these dudes, take their spot, sneak in as best we can.
All right.
I don't think my face is an issue, but that's fine.
You're pretty enough.
So I pull up my phone and I pop up Waze
Nice.
to see if I can find makeup expert and get to their house. Because I would need Waze. Because this is LA.
Oh yeah.
You can't just
You've got one
drive
in
around.
no time.
Yeah.
No time at all.
Found
You've got one.
Sure. There's probably all kinds of folks.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get union gigs and stuff. So we'll find.
There's
still
a
looking-
cheap cash gig, no sweat.
I'm still looking through all the drawers in the hotel room trying to find a Yellow Pages.
Oh, dude, don't do that anymore.
What? How do you not have a Yellow Pages in every hotel room?
I'm surprised you don't have patches on the elbows here. Anyway, we're gonna
That's his other
find.
suit.
Oh, is that all right? Fine. So we're gonna find this person. Go maybe all Craigslist. I don't care where. We're gonna find somebody. Just give them some cash.
You're
have
able to
them make
find
us
a
over.
makeup artist very quickly.
Makeup artist very
Yeah.
quickly. Very good. So we're gonna go.
You're in
over
Los
there.
Angeles.
Yeah.
Tell her it's a rush job and you get it done.
Yeah. Is it easy to drive or take a bus?
Oh, I got a car. I got a rental. out
Here's
there.
a rental.
Can drive.
Oh, we can be HOV lane. So
I wouldn't say it's easier once you're in the car with him. Is Miss Daisy would drive faster.
So anyway, the movie was about a guy who was an old operative. It was Sean Connery. He was really old, right? And
Are
they
you
had
back
him
on the
locked up.
rock?
Well, we're driving. Look at the traffic, and he drives like 25 miles an hour anyway.
Yeah, but can't we think of something else to talk about that he would know about? I don't know. Let's talk about the Godfather.
This is relevant.
Let's talk about the Godfather.
This is more relevant.
By the time you reach this makeup artist and finally get all the makeup applied, and in that time you've heard every single bit of The Rock. You know every plot point. You don't ever have to watch the movie now. Yeah. They have
like Sean Connery.
incessantly discussed it, argued it.
It's the Rocket Man. That's you.
not a rocket. Oh,
Thought the Rocket Man was
In the
Chicken Donut.
movie. He gets it with the rocket.
Anyway,
Well, now you have some disguises. Now
Yes.
you need some security badges or some security people. And then the question is, what do you do with these security people that you find?
oh well,
We
you
gotta
know.
figure out who we're replacing because they've already been hired, right?
Absolutely. They're due
They're-
in. They're going to be taking the ferry in tomorrow.
Okay. So we gotta
So
pick
we
them
know
up
which
before
ferry.
they,
So then we know what ferry they're going to be coming in at. So we meet them on the other side.
do we have their names and info?
You've got a list of names. You can pick ones out you want. In fact, you're able to filter through, get the right heights and weights, and you can pick out guys that are going to match up. Most of them have just flown in. They're in hotel rooms here in town or motel rooms in town waiting to go out in the morning for their 2-week stint.
So go into the database, find names. I'm gonna search for token black guy. Leroy Thomas. Yeah, Leroy. I'll be him.
Great. Is there a token Brit? Sir Reginald?
They don't care about your voice, man. They just want to know what you look like. Got to shave the beard though.
He does have a
I ain't shaving nothing.
Do we know what how these guys got the job? Is there like a listing where they came from?
Looking at it, it seems like, the same kind of thing that like Blackwater or somebody else would do. It's very, as far as like mercenary and contract, we're kind of bottom of the barrel. They're basically really, really highly trained security guards.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, these guys are all military experienced, but none of them are, Rangers or Delta or SEAL team, and they're not your caliber of past service guys. But they're all trained soldiers.
Voodoo says, say you're from New England. So there you go. New England.
Got completely believe that I can't even finish that sentence.
Okay, so we found out who we can kind of pass for.
I do ask you what you intend to do with these
What
people.
do we think these guys are getting paid for this assignment?
The salaries are listed. It's an advertised job. These guys probably don't even know who it is that they're working for.
Oh,
Here's what
so
I'm
these guys aren't
thinking.
even invested. This is
Not
one of those
particularly.
things,
It looks like, yeah, it
Oh,
seems
okay.
like that they're not so much.
They're
They,
sloppy.
I say we buy them off.
Yeah, sloppy. These guys are sloppy.
Yeah.
Let's buy them off.
they're only paying them $37,000 a year.
Yeah.
Oh, what? That's it. Well, it's because it's a whole bunch. Okay, that's easy.
I say we offer them, 15, 20 grand to just walk away from the job and not say anything. They can go get another job and they just got 20 grand in their pocket for less than a day of work.
20 won't be enough. 50.
I think so.
You guys are loaded. I don't get that kind of money, but you guys make all kinds of money. Give them 50 each. 50 to keep their mouth shut.
With the guy that has no money telling us how much to spend.
Yeah. Because I know,
Okay,
because
Pops.
having no money, I know how much it would take for me to just walk away and stay quiet. It'll be about 50.
Well, what do you think? Let Pops be the point man on this?
Has my money transferred in my bank account?
It has.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine. We're doing 3 guys. We can do 50 grand a piece. Get them to walk away. That'll work.
Very good. All right.
Whatever.
So,
Who's going to be your point man to contact these people and make this offer? And
Well-
under what guise are you making this offer?
Well, Leroy Thompson. For one.
Sir Reginald. And Oldie.
Yeah, probably the eldest person in the group as far as the.
It's about 10 years
people
younger
go.
than you.
It's all right. I could totally pass for 50.
You can't.
Just saying.
yeah. So,
So we go to their hotels. We figure out what hotel they're staying at. Go up
How
to
are
the
you going
front
to
desk.
approach this?
We're gonna go up to the front desk and say, "Hey, I'm so and so. I can't remember what my room number was. Got my key here, but I can't remember what the number is."
well, hold on a second.
We find out the room number. We go up to the room. We knock on the door.
Fine. The front desk person is a woman?
Absolutely, Mr. Stone.
Watch me work, guys. Saw you last induction.
I miss those days.
I never had those days.
No aquamarine still seduction happening in a game.
Vanessa couldn't be here today, and
This
is in honor
John
of
does
her.
a marvelous job in her place. Not only do you have the room number, but you got her number and a date for next Friday.
Absolutely. Of course. Because I'm John
assuming
Stone.
you're still alive next Friday.
I'll be alive. We'll make it. As long
Part
as
of
you
the
guys
works
don't-
will be alive.
Hey, if you guys pull your weight, we'll make it out of this, all right? As long as you don't fall asleep in the middle of the op.
How are you going to approach this gentleman? You just knock on the door and hope that he
Yeah.
doesn't have a problem with this idea?
Yeah, I think probably one of us at a time. You know, we don't need to scare the crap
Don't have
out
all
of them.
3 of you standing at the door? Well, who is going to do this?
I honestly think you should. 1, you're the nicest dressed. 2, you look professional, and you just look weird, and I'm just scared.
How you gonna do it, man?
Kind of his late 20s. Answers the door.
How you doing?
He's got that really bad, like, grunt style basic shirt on, and has the I'm just recently a veteran beard and baseball cap.
How you doing, young man?
I think you got the wrong room.
What's his name?
How about Lance?
Your name Lance?
Yeah.
I got the right room. Hey, no, don't worry about anything. I just have an offer to make you.
Okay.
So you got this job that you're going out on tomorrow, right? New job, new gig.
Yeah.
You don't have to draw. I'm not gonna touch you. Don't stress.
Okay.
I'm here to offer you a different job. I want you to walk away from this job. Don't tell anybody about it. And I have cash for you. You go get yourself some other job. You just don't come back to this company.
What kind of cash are we talking?
30 grand.
Stop being cheap! I'm in the hallway.
All right.
I'm reaching for cash.
Cheap bastard!
Guns over here, right? Pull out 30 grand.
It's a lot smaller than most people think it is.
Yeah. It's a stack, but not a big stack. Yeah.
We need
With that, he
his
starts
clothes.
packing his bag, like he's heading back to the airport to get out of here.
All right. Take care, man.
Don't know what you're doing, don't want to know.
All right, on to the next one.
You did get his uniform, right?
He doesn't have a uniform. He's not out of the job yet.
You cheap. What are you saying for your pension? 30 grand?
He took it. I was expecting him to negotiate.
The-
I'm saving for my grandkids. if he
Hashtag
messed
cool
up.
rule because we are 40 minutes into the episode and there have already been 3 info drops that made me shriek. So thanks for that.
Thank you, Pax.
Thanks, Pax. That was fun.
Now, the other 2, the second one goes almost perfectly smoothly, just as well. But in the third, he tries to draw his gun, it gets ugly, and now you've got him tied up in the trunk of your car.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, what happened?
The third guy didn't go over so well. He tried to draw his gun. He ended up tied up and in the trunk of your car.
So now you have a date for tonight instead of Friday.
You tried to order him, give him 30 grand, didn't you?
I didn't even get as far as offering him the cash before he tried to kill me.
No, couldn't too. All right, so fine. Well, he's in the trunk.
But you do have the 3 IDs.
Yes. All right.
They're simple little flip badges. You'll go in, according to their little print-off sheet. You have orientation when you arrive. Then they'll issue your assignments. It's like a really high-tech, impressive background check mall security guard that gets to carry an AR-15.
This doesn't look like me. This badge, I mean, it's Leroy, is it?
Well, no. I mean, we're gonna have to change the photo. You're like same skin color, same height, but that's about bloody it.
Which one of you is going to attempt to doctor the IDs, and what skill are you going to attempt to use to do so?
Well, there's no Photoshop skill.
Well, that's computers. You guys both have computer skills, so you might have some Photoshop skills
What
as
do you
an
have?
agent.
But can I roll security?
Yes, you can.
All right, I got a 14 on security. Anyone else can beat that?
Oh, security?
Yeah.
I don't
Not
have
really an
security.
action hero kind of.
I don't have security, so
Okay.
go for it.
And a 17.
Excellent. Cole finishes the IDs. John, they look like half-assed.
They look oh.
Hey, there was a power surge. I can't help.
Do you not have pixels in Britain? Look, I have computers. Can I try it? I don't want to get us busted. We're probably gonna get busted anyway, but I don't want to get us busted right away.
I call up my contact for whoever it is that I have make my IDs and stuff.
All right.
Fine.
And I'm like, hey, I need a couple of IDs doctored by tomorrow morning.
By the way, Space Mechanic.
Just cheap
good one,
IDs.
3POC.
We'll give me an email address. I'll send them to you. You can see what they are, and I'll send you the information.
How long is it gonna
You can
take?
take pictures, put those on an email, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can do that.
Yes.
It could be a couple hours, probably.
3 hours and $25,000 later.
Oh,
There
what?
you go. I got it covered. Relax.
It's now lifted
Call
after
me
3 in the
cheap, and
morning.
now you're
You're
like,
due at the
okay.
ferry at 7.
All right, fine. So we have, we have time to go over our plans one more time. Because we
I
don't
don't know about
really
you, but I
have
need to get
plans.
some sleep.
Oh, of course you do.
We'll brief him on the ferry. Just take a nap, Grandpa. Let's go over the plan.
Hey, he can still kill you. Not me, but he can kill you. All right,
He just said he's a grandpa.
so we're gonna go in. All right, a lot of stuff obviously have to play by ear because we don't have any inside information. Wait, the guy in the trunk. Where is he? Still in the trunk?
He's still in the trunk.
Still in the trunk.
Oh man.
You can't leave them there the whole time.
Yeah, we probably can't do that. Look, if there's any information we can get out of him that might be useful. I know he hasn't been on yet, but they had to have maybe given him something. Let's find out if he has any information or stuff they've given him before we dispose of him. Not dispose of him. We're not gonna kill him. We're not gonna.
All right.
God.
I'm gonna pull them out of the trunk, find someplace private, back alley somewhere.
All right.
Someplace, probably takes me 20 minutes to drive 2 blocks and find someplace. And we're gonna open up the trunk and take the gag off his mouth.
He's clearly a combination of enraged and terrified.
It's supposed to be pretty simple.
Use your intimidation.
What exactly is your connection to this job?
Damn security guard!
Yeah. You think it's worth this? You think it's worth this?
Looks like we're gonna need some hashtag meta points.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you,
you,
Keen.
Keen.
Right on.
And
So
they're gonna need those meta points.
time for some intimidation. So 16, so I only beat it by 2. Still beat it.
In this moment, you come to realize how truly terrifying this old man is. With just a few words and just the way he looks and pops his knuckles, you kind of just feel this wave of terror wash over you. Less about, how cruel he's going to be, but just
Hey.
how methodically cruel he's going to be.
Look,
It's just...
I'm not feeling terror,
simple.
but I am a little creeped out by this guy. A little creeped out. Not terror, but
We got an orientation packet. That's all I got, man.
Just how it's gonna work.
Don't kill me.
You know we know your name. We know where you live. We know all there is to know about you. I'm gonna give you 10 grand. You're gonna walk away from here. And you're never gonna talk to anybody about this job, about anything else.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Anybody calls you up, you say you missed your flight, you figured out that you just couldn't make the gig, and you didn't figure that they'd hire you.
Whatever you say, man. Anything you say. Whatever you say.
You take this cash, you walk away from here, you never speak of this to anyone, goes to your grave with you,
Okay.
whenever that grave might be.
Do you have
Anything
kids?
you say, man. No,
You
man.
have-
No.
You have any kids?
Anything you say, man. Just don't hurt me.
Do you have a wife?
Not anymore.
Why? You an asshole? Never mind.
3 tours.
That'll do it anyway. Get out of here, kid. Right.
You on time?
On time, give him 10
Send
grand
him
in
packing
cash.
with 10 grand.
Send him packing.
Got an orientation packet. It's kind of like what you get from any other company, Al. Make sure you follow all company procedures. Fill out all these forms. W-2s, they want social security numbers, all this other crap.
Great, they're already filled out.
It's all really, really mundane, and it's not what you expected at all.
Yeah.
Stickers. You're welcome to. All right, whatever.
Yeah, it's...
By the way, that was funny, Imp. That was funny. Ensure. I like that. I think it'll be more like Geritol. I think it'll be Geritol rather than Ensure, but. All right, so that was fruitless, but at least we got him taken care of. He's going back home. He has some money in his pocket.
And you do know that there's 50 guys going in pretty much cold tomorrow that you'll be one of.
Yeah, so that means that these guys don't know anything either.
Right.
So we can blend in as being guys don't know anything. That's one thing in our favor.
Look at the way this thing's written. They're selling this like this is really security for a video game TV show thing, not for anything more. Like the fact
Absolutely.
that it's a military base is...
So if we can play stupid, we can bumble our way into all kinds of stuff because we didn't know and we missed orientation or whatever.
Sure.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get some sleep.
It's a good plan.
7 in the morning, you meet the ferry. And begin
Of course, Bruno's the
a 2.5
first
hour ride out to the island. You're on there with 47 other guys, kept separate from the others. 200 people are going out to the island. The other 150 have obviously been here before. But the only reason they're keeping you separate is you're new. You're supposed to go through orientation, and that's on the ferry ride. They don't skip. They don't wait for you to get on the island to start talking to you about proper company procedures for braking, proper procedure for having a cigarette while on shift, proper procedure for disposal of waste materials, proper procedure for notifying your shift leader in event of an emergency, proper procedure for fire drills. By the time you
like I'm back
actually
in the
know
Marines.
how horrible it is for these guys, and it's a very, very mundane job for them. There's nothing like this covert operation that it seems to have been played up to be. It seems like you're breaking into the mall, not a military base.
So either these guys are
47
just,
other mall security guards.
either these guys are just fodder, or they're just a big dog and pony show to make it seem like this place is a lot more impregnable and formidable than it really is.
I believe you
Or-
might have a relevant skill to
Or-
make. In there, I think you might have a relevant skill check you might make in regard to that.
Covert operations, or what do we...
That could also be a relevant skill check to make.
I don't have covert operations.
I got covered.
I beat it by 1.
You're pretty certain
Or-
that any of these guys hired on are just that. Yeah, they're cannon fodder and window dressing.
Yeah.
Or to be experimented on for this beta. They're going to use them to run tests on and stress test these guys or try to figure out some stuff, dig around their brains, try to see
Something
if any
that
of them...
comes up repeatedly in that orientation packet is to not approach or attempt to enter the main facility. Over and over again, big bold letters on the bottom of one page, on the top of another, in red writing somewhere else. The main facility is off limits. The main facility is off limits. Over and over and over again.
See.
Looks like we need to go to the main facility.
Well, yeah. I don't think these guys... I think these guys are here to be like you said, just for show, that they're here to sell the idea that this isn't a military installation. This is just a TV show. They've got high security because it's lots of secret information and high tech that they're keeping from people with how they do these
If this was a
weird,
Everything Bruno is saying is tracking.
like these pod things. They got these like pods that couldn't even explain how you move inside them to like make your video games work. But that's what these all are, is these
if
video
this
games.
was a real TV show,
You can watch it.
They would.
You can get it on.
I'm saying
you
the
can get it on your
systems
phone.
Would
if you know
not.
how to
Would
do
not.
that.
I'm saying.
Not
I'm
this
saying the
phone.
whole
This
the
phone's
ham
disadvantage.
radio thing.
John,
the whole-
it has become clear that these two gentlemen don't have a grasp of what the metaverse is at all.
So like, if you got your phone, you can like watch the show on your
Wait.
phone.
Look, you guys aren't getting this. The project was, all right, look. They would take operatives. They would get people with certain skills, and they have these pods, right? Not like body snatcher pods. They weren't organic. They were all machinery. You'd sit in, and your consciousness would be projected.
Look up that Project Metaverse TV show. Look up the pods in them.
Look,
You've seen these
guys.
bits.
Okay, look, but this is real. This is real, though.
Right, but like this, right? This is what you're talking about.
What he's
This
showing
picture.
you is like that they when Project Metaverse went live, they told the world it was a game. They even gave people like VOD of first person perspective from the people in there and told people it was a game. Told the pilots on these pods it was a game.
Look,
Everyone in the world has seen these things and thinks it's a game.
all right,
See, look, like that pod. That's what
Smack!
you're talking about, right?
listen to me. Listen up. Look, this was real. This was not a game. It wasn't a TV show. It wasn't an experiment. It wasn't a reality show. This was real.
Second person to tell you that.
They figured out a way to transfer the consciousness of a person into another person across space and time. It was a real thing. We went and did operations
Make an intimidation
on behalf
check against him.
of the founders.
I beat
Don't look
it
me
by
up.
5.
All right.
Don't look
What
me
are you
all
attempting to intimidate out of him?
Slapping my phone out of my hand and touching
Okay.
me. You're not going to do that again.
Will you listen to me?
I'm happy to listen to you, but you need to learn how to behave like a young gentleman and not like some punk kid. Don't touch me unless I ask you to.
All right. Listen, this is real. Very, very real. You get in the pod, you get this heat around you, your consciousness separates and is transferred into another person.
That's what Nick does. He doesn't do it in a pod, but he does it.
Well, okay, fine. If that's your frame of reference, fine, we'll use that. We get transferred into a person, a real person, across time, across space. And we're doing missions for the founders. The founders just aren't the producers of a show. The founders are the people running this facility.
The founders are the good guys, though, right? The program is these guys.
Well, we thought they were good guys. I don't know what's going on now. They've done some really hinky stuff right now. And
Makes
my
sense.
brother is part of this project now. That's my buy-in. That's my skin in the game, all right? He's in
get
there.
it. We
I
get
don't
that.
want him in there, and they don't want to let him go. I said, hey, look, do me a solid. I worked for you guys for a long time. They said, no, you can't. Yes, no. You gave me some bullshit, and now he's in there, stuck. I had no idea what's going to happen to him. I don't want him to end up like a lot of other guys who've been in this project before me, all right? It screws with you. It messes you up. Nick Krieger, I'm going to say Krieger, I'm going to say he's the way he is because of this project. Scattered. He has no idea what his real self is anymore. All right? This is going to happen to more people. And these people get let out into society, all scattered. There's no telling what they're going to do. I don't even know what's done to me. All right? But I knew we need to stop this. We need to get my brother out of there and whoever else that shouldn't be in there. It could be any of these other guys around here.
Whoa. So this is just a whole prison break, not just for your brother. You want to take everyone out?
Well, look,
You have any idea how to do that?
I'm concerned with my brother primarily, all right? Now, if we can get some other dudes out, I'm cool with that. But as long as we get my brother out, that's my major concern.
Look, I'm here to get some information, get it, and get out. That's easy to sneak out.
And there's plenty of information.
How are you going to sneak out an entire person?
Well, look, we snuck our way in here, and these guys are just drones.
And at that moment,
Right.
the ferry docks at the island.
All right, look.
The 50 of you are ushered into the North Tower, where they begin almost word for word that entire packet that you already read and the orientation that you already went through on the ferry. You actually do have the fire escape routes committed to memory by the time they finish. And at that point, they shuffle you
That's
into
useful.
another room where they start handing out the plain black jumpsuits, that they call tactical, but really are just cheap. And in a few moments, you're dressed up like the rest of them.
We're going through metal detectors, anything like that?
Not at all. Security has been really, really lax. Extraordinarily so. I mean, anybody could have walked onto that ferry.
So I'm going to use
Are
my
either of you guys
urban
packing?
urban
'Cause I
tracking
got my guns,
skill
though.
to just memorize everything, just like this whole area that we go through.
Give me an urban tracking
urban
check.
tracking. Okay.
We'll see how well you memorize it.
Okay, 13. Okay, never mind.
You think you got it.
All right, fine. Can't do that.
They assemble you up. They go through all of the things one more time about proper procedures. And again, stress, do not approach the main facility.
Excuse me. So we're not supposed to go to the main facility?
That's right. Do not approach the main facility.
Where's the main facility? I don't want to go there by accident. I just wondered where it is.
It's the large building located in the center of the island.
Does it say main facility?
No, it doesn't say
Oh.
main.
What does it say so we know we're not there?
I know we were lowering the bar on hiring, but this is ridiculous.
What's in the facility?
I don't want to get in trouble. I just want to do
Nothing
my
you need
job.
to concern yourself
I'm
with.
with him. I don't want to get in trouble or anything.
Eyes outwards. If you are looking at the ocean, you're doing your job.
Oh.
Okay.
But what's in there though?
Nothing you need to concern yourselves with.
Oh, okay,
This is a
okay.
secure facility.
TV show.
For a TV show, it's highly confidential and sensitive material worth a large sum of money, and we don't need our competitors knowing
But
about
what
it.
if there's a fire in the main facility? Shouldn't we help?
We have our own security and fire staff located within the main facility. They're independent.
Do we get to be on
Oh.
TV?
I'm afraid no, you won't be on television.
YouTube?
No, and don't film on the island.
All right.
Okay.
You'll notice that your cellular phones don't have signal while you're here.
Man, my girl's gonna be mad at me. She's gonna be like, where have you been?
I was trying to hope to find girls while I was here.
Dude, we're all security guards.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we continue blending in with all the other.
They separate you into groups, and then they're asking for volunteers for our first foot patrol. And
I
the
got
three
feet.
of you are in.
I can patrol.
I mean, I got a
sightseeing.
limp, but,
Stop and check in at each tower facility. Walk the whole perimeter. Do not approach the main facility.
Okay, so now they're walking around at a guard pace. I'm going to use my urban tracking again to, which I would imagine I get,
Well, the
it's
three of
gonna
you
be
are the
easier.
only volunteers that
taking
have
our
left
time.
said tower. You're basically a three-man foot patrol. Yeah, they take your time, go from tower
Yeah.
to tower to tower. And this has given you a great view of everything. You can really see these buildings and the way they're laid out. All these towers seem to be like replicas of each other, except for that north tower, which seems to have an extra building, which you've now figured out is just for orientation.
the orientation building.
Yes, it's the orientation building.
So, when we're done with an 8-hour shift or whatever, do we get ferried
They do 12
back to the
hours.
mainland?
No.
12 hours?
The barracks
We've
are
got
located
barracks.
in each one of those towers. You're assigned a bunk.
Okay.
Is there a break room? Is there a
There's a common area.
rec room?
Yeah, common area.
Okay. And where does food?
Each one of these towers and barracks is fully self-contained. They have cafeteria, shower units, bunks, common area. Everything you need, pretty much.
Okay.
What about cameras and CCTV stuff?
You see everything there, but again, as John pointed out, they shut down signals. So you see everywhere, cameras, motion detectors when you're on your walk that are sending no signals. They're just sitting there.
Filming.
Okay.
2 weeks ago, it would have made walking around this island unobserved and unnoticed impossible.
Isn't this a live TV show?
I don't know. I mean, it's either live or it's like one of those where they tape delay. Yeah, where it's like they film it like it's live and then they just don't show it till later. But I mean,
Well, you know more about this than anything else, wasn't it? I thought this was a live show.
It's not a show. It's not a show.
Okay,
This is real.
I understand you're saying that this is real. They're saying they have this mask disguise saying it's a show.
Well, they must have a studio. It's kind of like how they faked the moon landing.
I was watching some of this show. Patrick was showing me there's these furry green things a foot high. That's not real. That's in the game. So are they doing this is a virtual reality thing, and then sometimes once they train them, they go into reality, or how does that work?
Look, I don't know about the show. I don't know how they make the show seem real. I mean, they have all kinds of.
You've seen some of the clips, and it's pilots going into the metaverse. They're just going into different metaverses. But you don't really know how to explain this to these guys.
Look, all I can figure is they might be in the pods. They're plugged into our brains, and they might have figured some way to take the optic signal from our eyes and put it into film. Digitize it and project it in some way, and they edit it and splice it together and they make a show and they make it seem like whatever you want.
Seeing through someone else's eyes.
Well, yeah. That look means something. This is a crafty dude. This GM here. I don't trust him.
You
He's got something
shouldn't.
up his-
You shouldn't.
So
He is an evil genius.
We've now walked almost the entire circumference of the island. I don't really feel comfortable calling it circumference, even if it's hexagonal. Or hexagonal, I like that one better.
Yeah.
But I'm going to call it that anyway.
Yeah, it's okay.
I could go with perimeter, but it feels too military for me today.
Especially since they don't have any of their security cameras on.
No.
And so entrance-wise...
Which there are a variety of things that you guys, motion detectors, the cameras, automated weapon systems, all just sitting. I mean, the kind of security that you'd have at I don't know, better than the Pentagon, better than the White House.
yes.
And half of it's not doing anything. I mean, there was no reason you can see with these cameras to have a well-trained security staff if you have all this stuff. But now, that's all they've got is, and you guys are way more talented than anybody sitting in one of those towers right now.
So when we get back to the first tower, to the north tower, I'm gonna find our trainer or our supervisor, whoever we're supposed to be reporting to that sent us out on patrol, and say, so I'm just curious. You guys have all these CCTV cameras up and everything, and I don't see anywhere where we're able to watch those and see what's going on. Seems like a lot of technology isn't being used. What's the deal there?
There was a problem in the main facility a couple weeks ago. They had to shut down all internal and external signals. Some kind of technical glitch or another. They kept us in the dark about it. We really don't know what's going on in there.
Weird. All right. So there's no way to set up any of that. So we're all just basically
We have each one of our towers as a hardline phone where we can call into the main facility through a hardline. But other than that, we've got shortwave radios until they get the system back up and running. They say it's only a matter of time, and they'll get the system back up and running.
Are we still gonna have jobs when they get the system back up running, or how's that gonna work?
They might end up cutting staff, but
damn.
you guys have got the experience. You should probably be able to keep your gigs. I'll put in a good word for you if you take an extra patrol today.
I think we can do that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll make sure to put a good word for you. And with that, he pretends to write your names down as you go out on another patrol.
But just pretends.
Just pretends. It's pretty obvious.
This guy doesn't know anything more than
No, absolutely not.
do.
Nope. That's all right.
Huh. So nobody
That's
here
all right.
really knows anything. A lot of stuff, like I said, window dressing. It's a decoy. It's a show.
So now you did this stuff with Nick, right? You did all this metaverse-y stuff, right?
Yeah.
So can you do stuff can you put your brain in other people's brains now?
No.
Okay.
I think he was in way too long and had too many things happen to him. I don't know his whole backstory, but I didn't see the kind of action he saw. I can't do it on my own.
So, this is gonna sound a little nuts, but this whole thing is nuts, right?
Yeah.
I think that the Nick that is Nick now is not like he was like in a different body before, and I think he like took over somebody's body, like picked some guy in a coma or something, or some bad dude, and became him, like put his brain inside him, and that's why he looks too young to be a nom. I think he's the same guy that worked with, what was his name, Jebediah Lexington, the CIA spook back in Nam.
You're really high-scented on this, huh?
I'm telling you, this stuff is all tied together.
All right.
Dude, you didn't see the stuff that I saw last couple weeks ago, man. Like, this last mission,
What?
like, it was bad. It was these guys that we're working with. And they were like some high-level military, like, expensive tack gear, and they were trying to kill Nick. And there was 2 of them. Like, twins. Same dude.
2 who?
2 Nicks.
What?
There was 2 Nicks, like twins. We like went to meet the other Nick, like we had to go get him. I kid you not, we like watched him like go in the hotel and everything, and that was like the last mission.
So what happened?
Well, I got blown out of a window and I woke up in the hospital, but mostly just my knees shot now. But I don't know where Nick and Nick went. Patrick was up there with them. I went out the window and they didn't pick me up till later, so.
So when you contact Nick, do you even know who you're talking to?
I mean, it's gotta be the same.
I'm talking to Nick Krieger, the same guy
Right.
I've been talking to for years, same voice. It's the same guy.
Well, wait.
Right,
same
but how
voice.
long has he been that voice?
As long as I've known him.
Well, now wait.
How many years? How many years are we talking?
About 3 years.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
Same voice only means same body. And if he has multiple bodies, because your voice is made by your body.
Right.
Your mind can be somebody
No,
else.
but
Right.
you're saying the mind is going from body to body to body, which means if I go to you, I have your voice. If I go to you,
Damn straight.
I have your voice. So I'm still talking to Nick every time.
I'm just saying, he's only been doing this shit for a few years. I'm saying, you've known him for 3 years.
And I'm saying you're talking Nick's body. That's why it sounds like Nick.
But I called him Nick, and he knows who I'm talking about. If Nick is really Jeff Jones, then he wouldn't know who Nick Krieger was.
But he said there were 2.
Yeah.
They just look the same, or did they act the same? How do you know?
That I don't know. That's what Nick was trying to find out.
Nick was trying to find out if he was... All right, now I'm lost.
I need a DeLorean to get out of here.
This is bloody
What
confusing.
the hell?
My point is, I think that Nick has only been Nick as you know him for 3 years. I think before that, he was Lieutenant Nick Krieger back in Nam. And so he would have been my age. And he took over this body like 3 years ago, which is when you met him. His voice. That's what I think.
So somebody's just recycling his essence into
Because he
new
like
bodies?
jumps his brain around. It goes into other bodies. It's the creepiest shit I ever seen.
So where is he now?
Would I have heard of anything like this ever?
This is all new stuff to you. You've never heard of anything like this before. Not even whispers of it.
Now we can't even call him because we have no cell phone access.
And you've also known a lot of people who are actually legitimately mentally ill and have issues with telling reality from truth. And these 2 don't sound that way. They're not acting that way. If this is a delusion, if this is all made up, fictional, crazy in their heads, they are 100% convinced of it to the fiber of their very being.
Right.
It's convincing in its own way. I'm particularly the 62-year-old guy talking about people jumping, but it's not the sort of thing you would expect from him at all.
Right.
It's the sort of guy that would give you a funny look for even mentioning something like that.
So either Nick is really, really old.
He's not
Or-
really, really old. He's like 60. Oh my god, you kids.
All right, fine. Either he's an old guy older than he was when I met him, because he didn't look 60 when I met him. Or he's a clone of somebody. Or maybe the founders have been doing this way before I knew about it. And they did it with him, and that's why it's all screwed up now. Maybe he was a prototype for all the stuff that we do now, and they screwed his mind up, and now he has residual ability to do this on his own because they didn't know how to do it when they were first doing it. He was a prototype back then.
I'm of the resolve that we're not going to answer any questions together. The only way we're going to be able to figure this stuff out, mates, are getting in there.
Fair point.
Well, you left a voicemail for Nick, but we can't get any cell reception
Doesn't
here.
matter now.
You're halfway around your second patrol of the island.
We need
Okay,
to get
It's
entrance-
getting dark.
And oh, good timing. Twilight. Entrances
There only seems to be one main entrance
on the north end.
on the north end. Nice. It's like a beautiful walkway going up to it. If it wasn't for all like these towers and security systems, it'd be kind of like going to a resort. I mean, it's not. The main building is not designed to look like a military structure or an office building. It's fancy new architecture, and the front's like glass doors that you can see a nice, pretty lobby with plants and ferns laid out.
I'm getting the
It's
feeling
very welcoming.
I'm getting the feeling that the central place is the only thing that's really fortified. A lot of this other stuff is just for show. You can probably get in.
What's the structure made of? Like,
It looks like it's concrete.
There goes scaling the walls.
Front entrance is glass doors and everything. Anybody in the lobby area, in the vestibule inside the front entrance?
It's difficult to see without getting closer.
Okay.
You might be able to get closer and get a look if you want to try, though. From here, it's too dark, too far away to tell.
I'm gonna try and, as it's twilight, we're getting into a time where it's a little harder to see what's going on. So I'm gonna try and let these two, you guys keep walking a little bit.
Voodoo's referencing Weird Al.
Nice.
Nice, Voodoo.
I think I'm a
Nice.
clone now. Cause everybody
Wow.
is a hand-me-down.
Voodoo's a nerd.
Nerds rule.
Wow. So I missed my stealth roll by 3.
By 3. Okay.
So if anybody's looking, I'm not looking too sneaky, as I just try and do a walk by closer to the front entrance.
Glancing over your shoulder, you can see Bruno creeping closer.
Creepy Bruno.
You're pretty sure you heard his bones creak, but you're not quite sure.
There's actual creeping music.
Every step is like a...
And you do notice every so often he stops and he's just like... his knee is just killing him.
Look,
You get closer to the building. There seems to be a reception desk just inside with the receptionist sitting out there.
This is Bruno.
And looks like two guards. Looks like 2 guards behind her, but it's hard to say. And do you have investigation or notice? If you do, give me one of those checks.
I don't. I've got
Alright.
perception.
That will work.
Perception.
How far from us is he now?
He's about 150 feet from you. 200 feet.
I got perception by 2.
That's not a receptionist. She just looks like one.
Uh-oh.
She's a trained professional.
Most certainly.
Okay. I keep
Her
walking.
computer
and
screen
kinda-
is obviously on, which doesn't track.
Interesting.
They're not supposed to be sending any signals.
So I kind of make my way back to them, pretending like I'm just taking a wider berth as I look at my...
Bruno catches
Angles
back
and
up
stuff.
with the pair of you.
So, they got 3 people in there. The lady's looking like she's supposed to be a receptionist, but she's clearly a trained operative. 2 guards with her, and she's got some sort of signal on her computer. She's like looking at something.
Was she by chance wearing glasses?
Yes.
Yes.
was.
Why?
Well, here's my plan. With new guys, we're, oops, sorry, we're in the wrong spot. I talk to her a bit, try to charm her a bit. If I look into her glasses, I can see a reflection of what she has on the screen.
Nice.
I mean, it's worth a shot, but I just gotta warn you, you better be convincing, because she, like I said, she is not a receptionist.
Well, I may not be able to seduce her, but I can at least be friendly to her. Chat her up a little bit, long enough to see if I can notice anything around the area.
I want to come up with a plan where how we interact with, because we've got our boss that sent us out on this patrol. So we're doing our loops. At some point around now, we're finishing up our shift or our patrol. Somebody else would be relieving us on this patrol, right?
Fairly soon. Well, you should finish your circuit, and then you'll be getting back, and then in an hour or two, you should be off shift.
Okay. So when they have other people on this shift, did we have one set of 3 people walking at a time?
One
So we got a huge amount of time after we get off shift.
Huge amount of time after you get off
So
shift.
let's do your little chat thing. Like, as soon as we get off shift, you can be like, "Hey, I saw you through the glass," and be all do your whole seduction thing.
I'm not trying to seduce her per se, just trying to make friends with her.
I'm just saying that could be your motivation for why you're going where you're not supposed to be going.
Fair enough.
That's a good point, Keen. That is a good point. You finish out your shift and begin to enact your plan, which is exactly what? Proceed. Tell me what it is that you are doing.
So we're off shift, so we're now like in the common area.
Common area or in your bunks
we
or
got-
preparing a meal.
All right. So we got some food, whatever. So you're just going to kind of wait until the guards that are watching, that are doing the patrol, aren't around. So we've got an open space. You're going to go just like you're being a guard or whatever, and just like in your casual time, it's like, hey, I got time off. I saw a pretty girl. And go see if you can get her to talk to you. Yeah?
All right.
They're about 25 or 30 minutes into the next shift before the next patrol goes out. You swear you've heard the same 4 stories about Bagram, Fallujah, and Kandahar like 16 times in that period of time. They've all apparently been to all 3 and are all in a wonderful, wonderful pissing contest with each other. You're pretty sure most of it's not even true. John, you leave the barracks on your own?
Well, no, not on my own.
Okay.
I mean, this is a scouting mission, right? It's going to be,
So
you're going
let's-
to take him with you?
Yeah,
You think
let's
that's
go. We definitely got to go together.
You're just not gonna be right by me.
I'm not going to be right by you. I'm going to
Yeah.
be I'm going to be in earshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Right now, we're guessing that we're going to pass this off as being guards, right? Here's the thing, is if those cameras actually aren't filming anything, there's nothing for them to be looking at on the inside, we can go around to the side, sneak up on the thing pretty easily and provide support. But if they are watching those cameras, then that's going to give away the game instantly. So we either play this like we're stupid,
Yes.
Or
that
play this-
definitely has been part of my plan the whole time.
right?
You do it very well.
But if we're doing that,
Fairly
I-
certain
like,
if they are watching those cameras, then they already saw you try and sneak up to the main building. If they're already watching those cameras.
well, but I was just walking closer to the building, so that's the
Which they told you not to approach.
right. And I'm sure there are other security guards that have done this over the past 2 weeks many times because everyone's curious and
What's
we're a
in the
bunch of
building?
untrained mooks, and so we're curious as to what's going on and want to go take a look at it.
So I'm just gonna get up closer enough to her, talk for her for a little bit, see if I can glean something off of her, that glass. That's what I really want to see. I want to see what's in her glasses, see if I can see what's on the screen, figure out anything at all. So if I can talk to her long enough, I might be able to figure out something. Or maybe something else will appear to me. I'll just be observant while I'm there that close to her.
You want to take him as like a wingman concept? They're not going to buy me as your wingman.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea. But I do think I should just be within earshot in case something doesn't go
Well,
right.
yeah. I mean, we can hang out here. We can take our.
Two of you?
Can we take our smoke break in
Oh, yeah.
this area? Yeah.
3 of you slip
get
away
some-
with the plan in motion. Can I get notice perception checks from anybody who has the relevant skill? Whether notice perception
Made it
or
by
investigation
5.
would work.
Made it by 5. Perception.
5. Perfect.
Notice
I know you have a lot to go through on yours.
Yeah, like 4
perception.
times as many skills.
Some of you have higher numbers than Johnstone, but he has vastly more.
I don't have any.
That's how he
Seems
does it.
appropriate.
I don't have any perception.
Okay, that's not his area of expertise, Hi. That's all right. We had a 5, and what else do we have there?
Well, I don't
Perception
have
has?
perception.
Okay, all right.
Well, Now, hold on a second. Let me try this then.
Okay, shoot.
So I have stealth. Now, in order to be stealthy, you have to have some perception because you have to be, aware of your surroundings in order to know that you're being stealthy.
Give me a roll. I can allow it.
It's not a role-playing game, Chef. You don't have a little bit of rules lawyering.
It's true.
I messed up anyway.
Oh.
I have stealth as well.
4. As you're approaching the main building and leaving the tower behind on your smoke break, you are almost 100% certain you can see somebody in snorkeling gear and some tactical gear come up on the beach, creeping really low, and then another one, and then a couple more off to the side.
Oh, Lord.
Well, how do we play this?
Duck and cover. What the hell? What is going on?
I mean, this is what they're hiring us to watch out for, but do we actually want to watch out for it? And now he's on his way over.
What direction are they going?
2 you saw were headed towards one of the towers, and you can guess by their route that 2 were headed towards another one of the towers.
Let them do
Either
their
of you
job for
point these out to John.
Is he close enough to grab him, or has he kind of walked off already?
No, but he's close enough to be within earshot of you.
John, come back for a second.
He points the guys out to you. You've
stealth
seen
in
that
reverse.
gear before.
Yeah,
Those guys are in standard issue Founders tactical gear.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna go follow them as much as I can.
Do I recognize the gear as well, since I saw the
Yeah, you've seen the program's tactical gear, and some. These are definitely some of those Founders guys, and here they are rolling up into a program-controlled facility in the middle of the night.
All right. So I'm definitely in.
You're getting that itch. Same itch you got back in Quezon.
What happens when he went to that bathhouse? That's not that itch. Different itch.
That was more of a burning sensation.
I can't. You win that one.
So I'm going to stealth myself behind them, follow them.
But they're still quite a distance from you. And
Yeah,
it's just starting
you should be able
to... Several more come up.
Several more.
Oh yeah, now there's at least to be a half dozen moving in on the beach. You're pretty sure this island is about to be under assault.
So, how do we make sure we don't get killed by the guys that we're working on their side of things?
Now, whose side
Are you?
Wait, that's what I'm saying. Whose side are
Who's so? What, from what you
Whose
from
side
from
is
what
it anyway?
The 2 of you have been telling me it sounds like the Founders are attacking their own facility.
No.
Maybe.
There's the program that does this Project Metaverse show. And they're the ones that Nick was on the run from. And his friends were working with the Founders, which are these guys. And a bunch of them were getting killed because these guys, the program guys, were showing up to the safe houses for the Founder guys and taking them out. But it was going both ways. It was all out war, gang war between these two corporations, which clearly are connected into military. And I think there's something going on with the U.S. government here because, like I said, that whole CIA connection with Nick and the Lieutenant Nick Krieger back in Nam, I think that's when they started. I think this program is an outgrowth of the ESP project they were doing back in Nam. So there's two groups. These are the guys that are, I think they're on our side. They're who you're hiding from them, right? But you're but you were hiding, you were leaving because they weren't coming after your brother. So either A, they're doing what you wanted them to do all along, only now we're going to get ourselves killed because we're going to be in the middle, or B, they're here to kill everybody.
I have an interesting idea. Is there the chick you're gonna go talk to? There's 3 people there. They're all operatives, from what we can tell. And is there an entrance point up there for where we really want to go?
Yeah, that is the lobby.
Glass doors and everything. Very nice looking.
I say once
You're
they
pretty sure
attack-
that first group is putting some kind of shaped charge on the exterior of that tower as you're watching.
I want to get away from this
say
tower.
Once we get the big signal, we take those 3 out, and we get in. Because stealth is no longer. Acting dumb isn't gonna work.
Yeah, as soon as those guys blow that charge, all hell's gonna break loose anyway.
Right.
That'll be our best chance to get in and find out whatever we need to do, because this commotion's gonna go down. All the drones that they hired are gonna be rushing around. They don't even know what to do. They're not gonna be able to handle this kind of thing. They weren't briefed for this.
No.
So all this charade's gonna come down, and we're gonna find out where we really need to go and who's really in charge. So we need to observe, and I think we need to stay right where we are.
This building's coming down behind us.
One of the towers.
Well, no, there.
Yeah, one of the towers.
Oh, we got the
One of the towers is where they're planting that. Looks like an
The North
explosive
Tower.
charge.
Yeah.
yeah.
And when these guys start freaking out, then we can move in and.
Do you think it would
And
help?
you can guess, as you saw guys headed towards other towers, that's probably a process being repeated.
But we're not seeing them come closer to the orientation building. So if we're by the orientation building, we'll
You
be
mean the
shielded
main
from the
building?
Well, no, I mean the orientation building.
They're
'cause-
closest to you. Like they've all come in from the perimeter of the island.
Right.
And snorkeling and scuba.
I just don't want to be near because we're near North Tower. I don't want to be near enough to get hit by the blast or by falling
Well,
pieces.
I-
of the
I
building.
have an even other idea.
I have one as well, but you go first.
Yes. So this is gonna happen anyway.
Shall
We
we
go
go?
up to these folks and say, "Hey, we saw some guys coming in trying to attack
That's our
us."
job.
Now, exactly. Now, whatever happens, they think that we're on their side. We're not. But wink, wink. But this all gonna happen anyway. That's not gonna stop them from sending that charge off. The commotion will happen like we're doing. We run around and try to help as much as we can and glean information, try to find out where the weak points are, see where we can bumble our way into some other place. And the guys are trying to help.
I certainly do, and I'm wondering
What was
if
that? What'd you ask him?
if I have a job to do,
Oh.
and I do.
Uh-oh.
So I need to break it. I need to get as much information out with using my data drive as I can. So I have to get in. I'm wondering if we pull the fire alarm, cause some really
Is your
crazy
mission
shit.
not the same as your mission?
I've always said
Well,
from the beginning, I'm here
he
for
was-
information.
Yeah, he was hired. He's here because Adonis wants him.
Oh shit.
I'm here
Okay.
for tech. If we pull the fire alarm before it blows, cause commotion, then they cause more commotion, everyone's gonna be running around with their heads cut off.
No, I don't think
Like
that's
chicken
necessary.
with their heads cut
First of all, we're running out of time. That's not necessary. We want them to think that we're on their side. The commotion's gonna happen anyway. So I think we go ahead and tell them, "Hey, there's some
As
guys
you're trying to
moving
get
in."
your details across to your plan, the tower detonates.
See, it's gonna happen anyway.
All right.
And within a
Pull the fire
second,
alarm.
So then I
several
run
more
over-
detonations occur around the perimeter of the island, and huge wailing sirens, like the old classic air raid type, begin going off on the island.
And I run up
Now
to
what
them
are we
and say,
going to do,
"Hey,
gentlemen?"
look! There's somebody trying to break in! Sound the alarm! They're intruders! They're coming in!" That's what I tell them, just because.
You're yelling that at the glass lobby doors?
lobby.
Yeah! Stuff blowing up! Let us in so we can come and help.
That receptionist comes out from behind the desk carrying a saw, hits a button next to the desk, and steel, like at the shopping mall, slides down all in front of the glass, blocking the entrance.
Great.
Damn it. I wanted to get in there before that happened.
That's what I was trying to do. Better talk to the girl. All right, fine. So that's not gonna work. So there's still bedlam and mayhem. Probably more bedlam than mayhem at this point. So let's go find some weak points. I say. We have to find out. Now, that tower, did it come down or just a big hole in the
Big
side?
hole in the side, and you can now hear the sounds of automatic weapons fire from all over the perimeter of the island. Whatever those rent-a-cops that are left are trying to hold their own.
Oh, so they're actually fighting.
They are trained soldiers. They might not be, special teams or anything like that.
All right.
How many of them are armed? Like we weren't given any arms, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
we were?
carrying. Well,
So
we're
wait-
carrying AR-15s.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna blend in with them and try to get in on this action, but all the while looking for other stuff that can let us get deeper.
Keep in mind that all of their conflict is on the exterior of this island, and your target is in the center of this island. It's 2.2 kilometers, and you're probably a half kilometer from the fighting if you were at the main building.
All right.
There's no chaos where you are. You can hear it. You know it's coming.
So
But there's nothing where you
Is
are.
there any access? Is there
You're in the eye of the storm.
Are there any panels on the outside where I can get these doors up?
You found a panel.
Yeah.
Give me a computer's check to try and force the doors up.
Well, that's what we need.
7.
You have gotten the doors up, and let's roll initiative and start our first combat. It took long enough, didn't it, guys?
All right.
Sorry,
Now-
chat. Sorry,
10.
folks.
We
No,
add
it's
our-
my
I'm
fault.
a little bit rusty.
What do we add to it?
Add your ACV,
ACV?
your to whatever your 2 dice roll is, and if you have the action hero skill, you can make an action hero check to add 4 to it.
So that's gonna be 28 then.
My pen has gone missing.
Lost your pen.
Yes. It will be necessary. Oh, yep. Oh, that one from you. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. All right. Bruno, what was your initiative score? Bruno?
28.
28 for Bruno. John Stone?
26.
26. Cole?
18.
18.
Busy getting the doors up.
And
That's fair.
we have 24 for the bad guys. All right, Bruno,
Yeah, he does that.
start it out for us.
So the gates rise up.
They are in the process of going out, probably over halfway. I mean, you've got a couple of seconds tops, but you can easily squeeze a shot through them, assuming the glass isn't bulletproof.
Well, we're gonna take a shot. We're gonna line up, and the first person I can see, we're gonna try and just wing them in the leg or
Excellent.
whatever, because that's gonna be more visible. Oh, damn. I missed. Missed by 1.
That glass just weren't ready for it.
Glass shatter though.
The glass shatters, it goes right through it.
Okay.
It obviously was not meant to stop bullets.
Good to know.
Next up, we have John Stone.
What do we see now that the glass is up?
You have
now
got, it's still the same that you were looking at, except the 3 individuals are no longer behind the desk. They're moving towards, it looks like they're about ready to set up defensive positions, so if somebody forced their way in, they'd have great lines of fire on them. But now they're kind of just exposed in the middle of an empty lobby with the doors halfway up, kind of like caught with your pants down.
Oh, okay. So they're not ready for us.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Those
Okay.
sliding up steel blockades were not, that's not supposed to happen. They're supposed to stay down.
Okay, so I have 2 attacks.
Yes,
right?
you do.
So I am. What are they wearing?
The 2 gentlemen flanking her are in tactical gear, bulletproof vests, helmets, AR-15s. She does not appear to be wearing any form of body armor. Looks like to be dressed like a receptionist would be. But she is sporting a saw. That is a M249
Yeah.
squad automatic weapon. They're wonderful pieces of machinery when they don't jam.
Oh, shite. All right. I don't want to kill the chick, but hey, she's gonna try to kill me, and she's the least armed of them. So the guys, all right. I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna attack one of the guys and the girl.
All right, give me 2 shooting tests.
Which is, I forgot how this goes.
Down at the bottom there.
Shooting test.
14.
Shooting test. Oh,
Yep, you want to roll under that on the 2 dice. 10, the
First
first
one by
one
4.
is
10.
successful. You shoot the first gentleman. I'm not sure if calling him a gentleman is appropriate. Straight through his kneecap. And it is a sound that you are too familiar with and wish
Yeah.
you had never heard in your life, but
Yeah.
you know it.
Bruno winces in sympathy.
Your second shot,
second shot is,
same test,
huh?
same
So
roll.
roll again.
Yeah, second shot.
This is on the
Now-
receptionist.
Woo!
Is
Yeah,
it a receptionist?
that is his
some
now. But I'm using this to aim my shot. I don't want to kill her,
Okay.
but I want to disable her, but not kill her.
Well, what is your target to disable there? Are we going for arms, shoulders,
I'm going
hands?
for her shoulder.
Shoulder?
Yeah.
All right.
And you beat it by 8. So
It is a perfect shot. You get to choose that right in the joint. That arm's not going to be moving for some time.
Yes.
But she'll live. You missed the artery. If you had time right now, you'd pat yourself on the back for that kind of shooting.
Nice shot.
He's on
With
the
2
ground.
down, only
Two down.
one of them is able to return fire, which he is doing so on John Stone. John, do you want to make a defensive test to try and not get shot?
Yes.
Because I've got a 4 on my
All
shooting
right.
test. So you might want to make a defense test. You're trying to beat that DCV number that you
Yes.
have there.
My DCV. Oh, that's be 8
You have to
Yeah,
get
more
an
than
8.
8.
To beat an 8.
by rolling 2 10s.
Yes. Dodging bullets isn't easy.
Oh!
13.
Oh, you take a round, Jon Snow. 25 damage.
You said I had to beat 8. I did it. I beat it.
Yeah,
No.
under it.
Other direction.
Tri-stat, roll under. That's going to be 25 damage, Jon Stone.
Wait.
25. Oh, you do have some meta points there if you want to burn them on something.
3. Ooh, yeah, that's right. 3.
What do I have? What do I have?
There, you have your meta point abilities that are down below your skills.
Well, yeah, but one of them is to cover fire, grant an ally.
You might not be anything you can do.
Can I burn a meta point?
You could burn 1, 2, there are 3 in
So
the
actually,
pool.
a buff point. Take
You have a buff? You want to burn your buff?
I'll burn a buff to save it, mate.
All right, we will take away one of the Cole buffs. Cole is using his buff. What is that buff, Cole?
Cool, or one ally of choice automatically succeeds in a defensive check.
Hey! Alrighty.
He calls to you to take
Cole
cover
buffs the
just in time. You are able to move out of the way before that bullet finds its mark.
Whew.
Cole, that would be your turn.
Oh, I think I'll shoot this guy back. 9. Shooting is 14.
Excellently done. I'm assuming you are not pulling your punches
I
like
am
your
not
patrons.
at all.
He puts one between the lenses of the goggles and the bridge of the nose.
Damn. Also, nice shot.
Dang.
That gentleman is going to need a closed casket.
All right. So
One of them is rolling on the ground, holding his knee. You're almost limping in sympathy watching him.
Seriously.
The woman is going to live, but is not really much capable of being a threat at this point, but she seems to be intently crawling towards that desk with the computer.
Yeah. So
Bruno, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm gonna make an action hero check because this is the way to do it. So
All
we're
right.
gonna be running up because this steel is only halfway up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna run it up and do a baseball slide style slide in under there, and then once I get in under there, I'm gonna whip up that AR-15 and take a shot and try and hit her gun. 'Cause she's still carrying her.
Oh
weapon,
no,
right?
she's dropped
No,
her
no.
gun.
Oh,
She's
she's
just
dropped
crawling
it.
across
Okay.
one good arm, crawling,
Yeah.
leaving a trail of
But in
blood.
that case, we'll be a little gentler,
We need to
and
talk to her, get some
so I'm
info.
gonna slide in, come back to my feet, and on my good leg, kind of leap and land on top of her to,
Give me that
dig my
action
hand
hero
into
test
it.
first.
Yeah. Beat it by 4.
All right, you receive no multi-action penalty. Give me a fighting test for that attempt to leap upon her.
That's a 6, so beat it by 4 as well.
She is still going to attempt to defend herself, but she's going to take a penalty of 2 due to her limited range of motion. And a 21 is not going to be a good defensive score. You land perfectly on top of her, knocking the wind out of her. Increasing the blood flow a little on that shoulder wound as well.
Space Mechanic loves the sound effects, by the way.
I think they're great too.
Good
They're
job.
very fitting.
Yeah.
If you added some gunfire, that's precisely what you're hearing right now.
Yeah.
But we don't want gunfire because it's really loud.
Maybe some confused chatter.
Well, if you
Flames
were
in the
still on
background.
shift and had your shortwave radios, you would be hearing all kinds of chatter. but-
We can make it worse for you, Sarah. Just say it.
All right. So where are we now?
You are in.
Got her.
He's in the lobby. You are just
I'm sitting on
outside
the
the
bag.
lobby.
All right.
He's got her
So-
pinned to the ground. That other gentleman is not a threat, holding his knee and rolling on the ground. But that doesn't mean anybody's not going to do anything about it. I'm just asking you because it seems sort of in character for what you're doing. Are you going to let that guy live? You just got
There's
this
the
look.
gunfire.
I'm only asking because you got this look on your face when they didn't shoot him. So I am not encouraging or suggesting this, but I saw the look and I want to know.
That'd be dark.
I'll let him live, but I want to take the butt of my rifle and knock him out.
Okay. Reasonable. You break his nose in the process.
Yes.
It looks a little vindictive
Should
to
grab him
you.
and say, "Take the pain, take the pain." Anybody? What movie
Yeah.
is that? What scene? What movie? Anybody? Somebody will get it.
You're showing your age.
All right.
That's my job. I'm supposed to show my age.
Yeah.
You are now all in the main lobby.
What's
You
on
can
the
hear
screen?
the air. It's on that screen. Cameras. All internal cameras. Tons and tons and tons and tons of each
Internal.
one. Internal cameras. Each one, like looking at the screen, is so small. You can use a little mouse to click on each one. But they're all identical little dormitory type rooms with individuals in them. Perfect little rooms.
Time to interrogate
Are there pods
the
in them?
lady.
No, just little dormitory
like
type
cells.
rooms. See, not like a dorm room. It's just like a little TV screen. They've got their little kitchenettes and bathrooms in them.
We went to the wrong military island. with
Red
TV
shirt.
still on it. This is Big Brother. Damn it.
Red shirt's got it. Well, we need to interrogate her. All right. Instead of trying to decipher what all these cameras are, she knows. We'll ask her. She's still conscious. She's just bleeding. She's really hurt. We can interrogate her.
All right.
Find out what's going on around here.
While they're interrogating, I want to go to the computer screen. I want to click. I want to find anything I can about where I want to go.
You give me a computer's test. Who is going to attempt to interrogate her?
Yours is higher. You probably don't need it. I mean, her condition, but you can go and do it.
You have an 8 for a computer's test, and our interrogation test is.
I beat my intimidation by 14.
While Bruno puts the screws to it, you press a whole bunch of buttons in a really rapid fashion because that's what they always do in TV shows and movies, and that is 100% how you hack or do anything with computers if it involves movies.
See, I told you, just like NCIS.
Yeah, just like NCIS.
Those are definitely little dormitories. Some sort of monitoring station for them. You're able to get a very limited building schematic, and what you want is in the second sublevel.
Lovely.
Schematics, huh?
What are you asking this?
I don't know, what am I asking this one?
Well, we need to find out. He's looking for information. I'm looking for, first of all, look, does she have loyalties to these people? Because we can get her out of here and get her some medical attention, or she can stay here and die, or whatever is going to happen because this attack's going down. But I know what I want to know. I want to know where my brother is, where the metapods are, the real pods are, what this facility is, and he's looking for whatever the heck he's looking for. Information, whatever that means.
Alright, so first question is,
Information.
where are the metapods?
Sublevels 5.
What's your brother's name?
Eli.
Um,
Is there an Eli Stone?
Where do we find Eli
anywhere around
Stone?
here?
We have 300 individuals here. I don't know them all by name.
Is he in a database? Can we look it up?
I'm sure you could.
Would you
You
be
notice
honest,
a little
please?
indicator light warning on the bottom. Looks like an alarm's been triggered. Response teams are en route.
We have to go now.
If you have anything that's going to be useful to saving your life, you better tell us now.
Can you find
Otherwise,
Eli on that
we'll
thing?
either off you ourselves or leave you for those guys.
Fine, you want something useful? The elevators aren't going to work. How's that?
I pinch your nose. That's it? That's all you have?
She screams, you're hurting her.
I know. What else?
She just screams some more. She doesn't seem to have anything else she can really give you.
Scream from pinching your nose?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You're hurting her.
How about how hard you twist it?
I lick her eyeballs.
Now you're just weird.
Now what?
Now you're just weird.
Well, some people are really sensitive to certain kind of tactical things. It's all creepy and it freaks them out.
I think you might have creeped out these two.
Well, you know.
Look, we're in a Me Too movement era. I don't think that was appropriate at all.
What? What? What is she gonna do?
Is eyeball looking like a sexual?
Oh, yes,
Is
it
that
is.
mostly
No, it's
like
not.
Oh, yes.
Maybe
it
where you're
is.
from.
I'm from the 90s, and in the 90s, that was a thing.
Oh, wow. All right, never mind. Fine. We gotta go level 7.
We're not doing that show, guys. We're not doing that show.
I don't even know what that show is, but I don't think
I don't want
to.
anything to do with it, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Can he find Eli Stone?
Give me a computer's check.
10. And computers is 10.
You believe he is on sub-level 3, where all of the pilot dormitories, it says, are listed. Something is trying to do something with where you're going into the system. It's like somebody's counter-hacking.
Oh, I want to shut them out.
Give me another computers roll.
Would that be computers or would that be security?
I will give you your choice of rolls on that.
Security.
I saw this movie.
Yeah,
So he's
Berserk
gonna do this
Chimera.
much? Well, I guess
yeah,
we can do
Berserk
that much.
Chimera. Eyeball licking. Let's see how long you would last under that kind of interrogation tactic.
Let's not.
Berserk Chimera.
Let's not see how long anybody would
Let's
last.
move
there.
on from the eyeball.
Please. It's just weird, man.
I made it. I got a 12.
There's definitely somebody trying to, and when you try to shut them out of the system, it's like trying to shut the system out of the system.
Am I dealing with AI?
You're not sure, but whatever it is struggling with whatever it is that you're doing.
Oh, so it can't be that good.
Okay, can I...
You see the little counter going down on that response time. 45 seconds.
Something's coming.
We're going now.
All right.
Are the doors open?
We're gonna
Do I
take
have to
her
Or
with
you could
us.
just run back out the way you came in,
How-
or you're gonna have to find stairs to go down or up, depending
We've
on
got
which way
schematics,
you're
Down.
going.
We need
There's
down.
some basic schematics.
Find the stairs.
Well,
How big is this girl, this woman? How big is she?
Maybe 140, 150.
That's a big old girl.
Uh,
All right,
She
fine.
was sporting a saw. We're not talking about some petite 5'2" woman. We're talking about someone who's got some combat experience. Can probably, run a better mile time than any of the four of us can.
Fine.
All right, so I looked seriously at these camera things, so I have a generally pretty good idea of where I want to go. So I don't need to look for schematics. I should be able to know.
You got a good idea where some stairs are, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go.
You hit the staircase. You know where you want to go, and you know
Yeah.
where he wants to go. They are not the same place.
No, I want to go to 2. He wants to go to 5. He apparently wants to go to 3. 2's first.
Well, you want to go to 3 too, I think.
Yeah.
No, I want to go to 2. He wants. Oh, you both want to go to 2.
You both want to go to 3.
Well, I'm going to 2.
Lead the way. We'll keep going.
You head down the first 2 floors. Doesn't look like the staircase is something that is typically used in this facility.
Dusty.
Unlike everything else, when you walked in, it was all pretty art and nice decor and nice finish. It's just like cement and railing for the staircases. Very bare bones with simple steel doors at each floor.
Very common.
Yes, very much so. You've gone down 2 floors. You know you're at sub-level 2. You believe the secure servers are located on this level.
All right. I'm looking for the security. I'm looking for the servers.
Flinging open the door, it's a hallway with a barricade, and foremen open fire with assault rifles, filling the doorway with lead.
And we dive like.
I'm gonna need you to make a defensive check, and then we're gonna do initiative for another
Okay.
combat.
Do I get? I show your attack, defense 1, 2. I'm gonna get 2 rolls.
You can make 2 defense rolls before you are penalized.
9.
It's the wrong time to make that.
What's your DCV?
DCV is 8.
That's not gonna do it on that one. Give me one more.
5.
There you go.
All right, you are good for one. You managed to take cover by slamming the door back shut. It fills with bullets, bulging out of the back and wrecking the finish, sending chips of paint and steel
No, not
across
the
the room.
finish.
Yeah, I know. Is it just ruined? Somebody put hard work into that door.
What?
Now, what are we going to do? Let's roll some initiative, boys. See what we're going to have. And if you want to do an action hero check, do that now. Remember to add your ACV to your roll.
Rolled them backwards.
I'm not sure what to check for. What the heck are we doing?
Roll 2
So
dice,
there's
add
roll-
your ACV to it for initiative.
Oh, initiative, all right.
The bad guys, you're at 24.
20.
20 for Bruno.
23.
23 for Cole.
19.
19.
19. Being as you slam the door shut, one of them decides to throw a fragmentation grenade down to the end of the hallway. All 3 of you give me a defensive check.
1.
Due to the cover of the door, you get a +2 to your DCV for this check.
beat it by 6 then.
Beat it by 6.
Okay, so 10, and so, really? 16? Why?
It is not your day, Johnstone.
Why?
That's another 20 points of damage to you, sir.
20 points?
Yes.
We're gonna be carrying you, not your girlfriend.
Current tournament is shooting fire on my test. No, it doesn't help anything. All right, well, hey. All right, fine. Down to 80. Man.
Johnstone has been bloodied. Cole, that door is no longer there.
Oh, do I have any grenades?
Unfortunately, no.
All I have is my rifle.
Yeah, you couldn't really bring any hardware with you. It would have gotten you into serious trouble trying to get across on that ferry. Or you thought it would have if you had known that they weren't going to pat you down. You might have brought a bunch of hardware.
Yeah.
Operational security. It's a bitch.
All right. So, did he actually bring the girl? Did you bring the girl?
No, she's too big.
Left her.
There goes human shield.
Now they're going to matter.
This guy's dark.
Practical. Right. Okay, so I have combat tactics. You said the room is...
You're in a hallway.
The hallway.
In a hallway. They've basically waited to the very, very end of the hallway and have a barricade set up and are firing from behind it.
And
it is an extremely good tactical position for them and a very bad one for you if you want to go down that hallway.
But it's concrete.
Yes. The interior of the building is concrete. This floor, level 2, is almost entirely concrete and steel.
Can
Much like
I
the
ricochet?
stairwell you're in, you could give it a shot.
Let's give that a shot.
Give me a shooting test.
Shooting test.
Give me a shooting test at a -2.
At a -2. Okay. Ha! 8, and I needed a 12.
Well done. You are able to bounce one of your rounds off of the wall behind the barricade and manage to hit one of these soldiers in the back.
Corner
That was-
pocket.
That was only a -2?
Only a -2, yes.
Wow.
You're
Why?
action heroes. Come on, we have to suspend some disbelief. I essentially have half the cast of the Expendables here.
Should have watched those movies.
Cole is gone. We have Bruno next.
All right, I'm going to continue down to the next floor.
All right, you leave him behind. You go down to floor 3. Again, very
We said we
similar
were going
type
to floor
of door.
3, you know? So I am going to do a classic kind of covert ops move into it, pop the door open from around the side, step in with a, take shots at whoever I see.
Pop the door open. There are 2 guards standing right there. But
Excellent.
they're facing outward, like they're concerned more about these doorways in this hallway that they're looking down than the doorway that you're coming
That somebody's
down.
trying to break out because they're guarding the cells. So I'm just going to go, oh, that's easy. I've been carrying my AR-15 in my right hand, so I'm going to use my left to draw my pistol and take one of them each in the back of the head.
Give me an action hero test to avoid multi-action penalties.
And I do have 2 attacks, I noticed on my
Yes.
sheet, so. I passed that by 14.
But at this point, we have gone downstairs. We have drawn weapons.
Sure.
We are very much into the multi-action realm here.
And shooting without any modifiers, passed that by 4 and by 3.
You eliminate, it's the nice way of putting it, both individuals. They'll never see their mothers again.
How James Bond would have been.
It's now an empty hallway. Going back up to the landing where the gunfight's taking place, John Stone.
Is the gunfight taking place?
The gunfight is taking place. Hey, you're kind of brushing the dirt and shrapnel off of you from that grenade explosion. Bruno just kept going down the stairs, and Cole here is bouncing bullets off of walls to shoot guys behind barricades.
All right, so what level are we on?
You are on level 2, sub-level 2.
I went down to 3.
He went down to sub-level 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down to down there because I gotta find my brother. That's my main concern. You're on 2, and
As you recall from what he said, the servers were on 2.
Servers
the
on 2.
pods, the metapods
Were on 5.
were on 5. And the pilot dormitories were on 3.
right, pilot dormitories are on 3.
Head a little rattler from that explosion?
Well, it's a matter of priorities.
If your priority
I'm
isn't your
gonna
brother,
go to
Bruno's going to be
5.
pissed.
Huh?
If your priority isn't your brother, Bruno's going to be pissed.
No.
Because you've got other ulterior motives that you did not share.
No. It's not that. It's not that. But it's where would he be? Would he be in a pod right now? Because the dorm is just where they live. Doesn't mean they're there. If there was a show going on, maybe they were in the pods currently.
If you remember, when we saw the screens, they were empty dorms.
No, they were occupied.
they're
You don't
people
see
on
anything.
Oh,
Not a single
oh.
one was empty.
Yeah.
Not a single one of those dormitories was empty.
Oh, okay.
Was there one person in every single dorm?
Yeah, one in each one of those little cameras you saw.
All right, fine. So I'm going down to 3.
All right, you get down to the 3rd floor. You see Bruno standing there with 2 dead men at his feet. It looks like he put a round to the back of their heads. And from where their corpses are lying, it's clear they were standing just inside of that door watching these dormitory doors, not prepared for someone to come in through the stairs.
Okay, good.
More about keeping somebody in than keeping somebody out.
All right. Do they have anything useful in their bodies that I might need for more firefighting?
You can pick up a few extra magazines. They both have a couple of grenades on them.
Good. We'll take those.
You might need those later.
Grenades.
All right, you go through the bodies. That puts us back to the top. You're alone in a gunfight with 3 other guys. You've shot one of them.
All right. So, how much? Debris
Oh wait,
in the
I'm
dorm?
going.
Oh,
before
you're
you
gonna
on
go.
this.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and fill your British carcass with bullets. You can thank your friends for leaving you to die.
Dick move, banner.
I didn't even realize you were on a different mission than we were.
I have 3 9s. All 3 are successful shooting tests. Want to make some defensive tests or take 3 bullets?
I want to do some defensive. Thank you very much. 6.
And don't forget those points and buffs and things.
How does my master negotiator work? Because I know it's like after the combat I use that somehow.
Essentially, it's like an auto-succeed intimidator interrogation type check. Or in combat, you can use it to demoralize people.
Gotcha.
6 and a 7.
6 and a 7. Somehow you manage to roll out of the way as the bullets just fill the whole stairwell. You're in the one spot the bullets don't hit.
That one spot is me.
23 Cole.
That's
Right.
very Jason Statham of his shit. I mean, that one spot was mine.
Have I been?
Uh-oh.
What did you just do? Lose your mic?
He lost his microphone.
Also very Jason
Experiencing
Statham.
technical
Yeah,
difficulties. Please stand by.
I think that's also a Jason Statham thing.
To lose-
Lose your microphone.
Right. Have
There
I
are
been
still
able-
3 of them shooting you.
Have I been able to progress forward as I dodged?
You could have. Nothing wrong with that.
Good. All right. I want to progress and try to progress further, and let's do another banking shot.
All right, you're continuing forward, laying down fire down the hallway. The
Right.
Brits got guts.
Man.
Still a -2.
At this point, yes, because you're still trying to bank a shot. Yes.
Okay. Or do I have a?
You don't have to bank a shot. They're just.
Do I have a clean shot?
Well, I wouldn't say clean, but you have an easier shot than banking. Banking, it's just showing off.
All right, it was cool once. Let's just do a regular shot.
I mean, we all know you're cool. You didn't have to show off, but I thought maybe you just wanted to. Some players are showboaters.
Beat it by 5 on a regular shot.
We have a fourth wall?
I don't think there is a 4th wall in Metaverse.
I don't think there is.
We just ripped
We
that
might have
thing
a
down.
5th or 6th wall somewhere with chat and stuff. But
Another perfect shot. You didn't even have to bank this one. Right over the top of the barricade. Just as he was coming up to aim, right through the cheek,
Ugh.
out to the side of the skull. It's probably not pretty inside of that helmet.
Wonderful.
A little more towards our hashtag hack attack.
Uh-oh.
we got a ways to go. I'm not
Yeah,
worried yet.
I'm always worried when chat's doing a hack attack.
Well, I saw something about an earthquake, so that's a little
Gee.
concerning. But
You know, if they want to destroy an island with 300 plus people in it that could possibly be innocent, including the entire cast of another show, then hey, by all means, murder a bunch of innocent people if that's your
yeah,
thing.
I mean that's a little darker than any of our characters. Just saying.
Hey, it's up to them. It's your story. Cole's on Bruno. You are in the hallway now, looking down those dormitories. John Stone's behind you. You can hear the gunfight continuing above you.
All right, no other guards in the hall at this point.
None that you've seen.
I'm gonna go to the first couple doors. I assume they're like across from each other.
Oh yeah.
Doorknobs? Do they have codes? What's the?
Looks like a little
entrance?
keypad entry. And there's a little screen on it where you put the numbers in it, and it's running back and forth saying lockdown, lockdown, scrolling sideways, lockdown.
All right.
So I have 11 computers.
So I'm gonna go to the first door on the left and take a look at the pad and try shooting the lock itself with my pistol.
It's just shooting a numeric keypad to the left of the door.
Well, so I want to shoot where like the bolt would be that
Where you think
locks
the bolt
this
would be?
down.
All right, give me a shooting test.
Go for a. That was a fail. That's 2 10s, so I missed that by 5.
The bullet ricochets right off that door.
Damn.
Flies back and misses John Stone by about 1.5 inches.
Will you let me?
Let you what?
I have computer skill, man.
You can hack these? They're in lockdown.
I can try.
Well, go for it.
It is John Stone's
How
turn.
many of them are there? Are there like how long is this hallway?
It goes about 80, 90 feet, then banks left.
Wait.
So there's at least like 40 of them that I can see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, wait. Let's try to figure out one to try to get into.
Right.
These are all dorms?
Yeah.
According to the information you have, these should be dorms.
I'm just gonna yell, Eli!
Your voice echoes down the hallway.
Eli! Stone! No!
Hard to hear anything over the gunfire going on the floor above you.
Your name. Are there name things on the doors? They
You
said
don't see any name
Richard,
tags. You're down
John,
probably
no
10
windows.
or 15 doors. No windows. Every single one you go by says that lockdown. It just scrolls across side of this
These aren't
lockdown.
dorms. These are cells.
That's what I said earlier.
Cole, the bad guys are going to try to shoot you again. See if your luck still holds. I thought it was the Irish that were supposed to be lucky, not the British, but
No, we're just good.
great line. I have an 8 and a 12, 1 successful shooting test on you. I'm going to attempt a defensive test or just take the bullet.
Oh, defense.
Okay.
All right.
One can hope.
10,
AK,
that won't
is
do it.
hilarious.
You're going to take a bullet, Cole.
Bullet.
25 damage to Cole.
Oh,
First blood.
I can't communicate with him.
And not unless you go
He's
back
under-
up the stairs.
He's under fire right now. All right. Man.
Bruno, what are you doing now?
Alright,
I
so-
apologize. I'm screwed at the edge door. It's Cole before Bruno.
Oh,
My
okay,
fault.
sure.
Cole, you just got shot. There's still 2 guys behind that barricade. You're more than half the distance to it already. That kind of stung.
hurt. I'm gonna.
You think it probably hit about 2 inches to the left of that round you took in Somalia.
So, any attacks are going to be any negatives? Okay.
Nope, you're just bleeding right
Just
now.
bleeding. Okay.
Just bleeding.
I can bleed.
Come on, you've seen an action movie. They're
Yeah.
allowed to get shot. You know, it doesn't even knock you down in action
No.
movies.
Pain don't hurt. All right, so we're gonna shoot again.
All right. You want to do okay? Go ahead.
Well,
That's more like it.
Bullets
Yeah.
don't hurt.
9, beat it by 5.
Do 5-5. Crossing again, another half the distance or so. You're within 10 or 15 feet of that barricade. And as again, he tries to come up over the top, thinking that you're still back there. Another bullet to the head, another man down. You've killed 5 people today. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Bruno.
All right, since the bullets are bouncing off the doorway, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run down to I'll hobble down to the end of the hallway and take a look and do a...
Hangs to the left, there's more of those, and then
Still
kind
no
of
other
banks
guards or
again.
anything, just more...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like it's just gonna do an almost loop.
yeah, because there's 300 of them. That's a lot of room.
Yes, there is.
Right. Now, is he 1 level up or 2?
Only 1. If you
All right,
yell really
look.
loud, he might be able to hear you.
All right.
But then again, he's also shooting and being
Yes.
shot at. So
All right. And the computers were up on the level where he just was.
Oh, they're actually all the way up in the top. Assuming those
Right.
ones. Assuming those ones. Oh, you're talking about the servers. Yeah, secure servers.
Yeah.
Are on one level above
On his
you.
level.
Yeah.
Fine.
One could assume that a variety of other
I'm gonna-
computer and control equipment would be up above.
I'm gonna
level.
run back up to his level, and I would like you to come with me, but that's up to you. I'm gonna run back up to his level, help him dispatch these other dudes so we can get into some of that computer action going on here. Find some stuff out.
You get back into the stairwell and up onto the second floor again. And we're gonna go back to there's only one of them remaining, and he's gonna go over the top and try and take you with the butt of his rifle. He's gonna go into hand to hand.
Oh, okay.
I have a 17 on my fighting test. It is the most awkward butt stroke of a rifle you have ever seen. You almost feel like maybe he's never done that before.
I think he has.
Cole, your response would be?
Shoot him.
Little Indiana Jones moment there. Ah!
11, so beat it by 3.
6. You're definitely a serial killer at this point.
This is a military op. What are we talking about, serial killer?
You're a
Oh,
civilian.
by the way, and I also take all their clips.
I'm not going to correct you and say magazines, but I'm going to correct you and say magazines.
Okay. Playboy?
Ah, those cheeky Brits. Anyway,
Very.
here I am.
Cole's down to Bruno. You've now rejoined. You just watch him essentially execute that gentleman at point blank range who tried to butt stroke him with the rifle. It's at least the second person you've seen him execute, and you've seen him execute 2 people now too.
Yeah.
You're beginning to maybe question the morality of your companions.
In this scenario, no, I'm not. In this scenario, I'm like, yeah, they're all trying to kill us, so. All right, so
Looks
now,
like they're all going dark, huh?
those guys are all dead. We have banks of servers. We're gonna go jump into those servers and try to find some stuff. Maybe there's some sort of way to unlock all the dorm rooms. Maybe there's a database that says which room that my brother's in. We're gonna find some stuff, both of us at the same time. Cause I'm gonna be doing my computer stuff. You can do your computer stuff. We'll split up, get in there. Might have to do some hack-to-hack combat up in here. Cause they're gonna try to keep us out of the system. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
You're the toughest nerd I've ever met.
Oh, hey.
That's true. That's true. Getting over the top of the barricade, there's 2 different sets of doors. One looks like some kind of a maintenance closet, and one of them looks like a very secured set of doors that somebody might be trying to keep people out of. It has a key code like that one, but the whole lockdown, it's not flashing across that one. It's just a keypad.
Fine. I'm gonna hack that thing.
Give me a computer's check
gonna
if you
hack
want to
that
make
thing.
one there.
Fine. Hack it. Hack it. 8, 9, mine is 11. Beat it by 2.
In less than 20 seconds, John Stone, you have cracked the code on that one. And the doors slide open. Server towers. The room is probably 80 feet long. 1 floor above, like a balcony sort of rimming the entirety of it. And then the floor with all the stacked towers. So many, you've never seen this much in your, the amount of data that could be held here. You could probably store every single bit of information known to man.
Do the servers look independent or?
They look like they're all slaved.
Okay, good. So I just need to relay access 1.
You should be able to use that
So the grid-
particular device you
Wonderful.
have.
They're grid computing, trying to process a whole lot of data all together.
Yeah, you could process amounts that no one would ever need to do. Like the level of calculation is.
But if you're doing this across different universes, that's a lot of data they'd have to crunch. They have to crunch a lot of data to do that. Takes a lot of computing power. Process all that brain wave.
While he's looking around, what are you doing, Cole?
I'm going right to an access panel.
All right.
So I can go ahead and use my lovely, lovely SATA drive and get all the information I want now.
Cole pulls out a box. Oh, he's never seen anything like it. Hooks it in to one of these servers and starts pulling data from it. And you can see the numbers scrolling across, and whatever this thing is, it is pulling hundreds of terabytes of information. Terabytes by the second off of this drive.
Bruno says, right. What's a terabyte?
You didn't get it from Best Buy, did you?
I know.
It's not
It doesn't
comfortable.
work
It's just
anymore.
not comfortable.
You're at about the
sad.
50% point when a dozen armed men come into the balcony section.
Just a dozen?
Just a dozen.
And we're
It's a
at
balcony section.
Well, let's do another
About
fresh
those
initiative,
tickets.
and I want to start this with that beautiful rule of cool going to be used at the beginning of the round here.
So what is the rule, sir?
So let's do an initiative first because it'll matter for the rounds after that, and then we'll go into that rule of cool. Well, let's get everyone's initiative score first.
24.
24 for Cole, 26 for Bruno.
Oh, we're adding something to our
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Roll plus your ACV.
Man, that's it.
23. 23.
Not my
23?
day.
Okay.
My apologies.
23. 18. And
Why am I?
our bad guys are at 16.
Oh, good. All right.
But the rule of cool works as follows. I'm going to go around the table. I want you to think of no limit, really, the most crazy, off-the-wall action movie thing you could ever think to attempt to do. I want you to describe it in great detail, as close as you can to what you would want, start to finish, like it's happening. And then our lovely chat is going to decide which one of you succeeds. Whoever they pick automatically succeeds. It happens. It goes through. Whoever doesn't get picked still has to try to do everything you just said you would do, but an additional -5 to all of your attempts, including, adding multi-action penalties and everything else. You could end up with a blown out knee and thrown out of a building like poor Bruno did last week. Ooh. Or you can end up being, the coolest thing to ever grace the screen. So I would like to start on this end of the table.
All right.
John Stone could do anything right now.
All right. So
In a room filled with server towers, a balcony rimming above it. This is kind of like a scene in a movie you were talking about earlier. They're all in a nice elevated position above, pointing in and down. You kind of remember...
Like in The Rock, perhaps.
It's almost like you sat in on my planning session. What would John Stone do right now?
That's a very emotional scene, too. It's a very emotional scene.
They seem less interested in negotiation unless you
You
mean
want to
no.
negotiate?
Bullet
Yeah.
negotiation.
Okay,
Ed
fine.
Harris
How
does
many?
not show up?
No, there's no Ed Harris. That would make this way cooler, and I can't compete with Ed Harris, so I just have to go home.
All right. Well, I have the grenades that I pulled off the guys.
Yes,
from
you
below.
do have a couple of grenades.
So,
And remember, don't physics be damned, all of it. Go,
Yeah. Oh,
give me
yeah.
the most action movie
Oh,
thing
yeah.
right now that John Stone would do.
reach in, I pull them out.
Okay.
I put my thumbs in the pins and ping, both of them at the same time. The spoons go flying. I chuck them, one over there, one over there. They each explode, creating a tremendous fireball. And the guys, of course, the fire cooks off the magazines that they have in their weapons, and they began to fire as well, uncontrollably, to the guys around them and across from them. Because everybody knows if you take, like, you know, a weapon that's magazine fed, or usually belt fed, usually, but it gets too hot, it has a cook-off. They'd explode and they begin the chain reaction, they keep on firing. Well, this happens because it's set off by the fireball created by my frag grenade. And so these guys just firing. Now they're across from each other, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so they're losing control of their motor skills, so they're not pointing at us. They're just kind of, So they're firing across at each other.
Excellent.
But of course, while I did this while I was running, because it's a corridor, right? So I did it while I was running, right?
Excellent.
So after I've chucked those, they go off. I have my guns. I'm still sliding on my knees down the corridor, and I'm shooting as I go down. So these guys here that got the brunt of the blast are shooting at each other. I'm sliding down, putting my guns up like this, and taking out the rest of the dudes while he hacks into the computer. And he's just kind of like, I never would have thought of that one. Not bad. Not bad.
That is intense.
Yeah.
Bruno, what have you got?
right.
That's going to be hard to top.
It's hard to top. I'm going to need a better description of exactly the layout of this room.
It's about an
more
80-foot
detail.
long room, about 45 feet wide or so, and about 15-foot height is where the second floor is, which is really just rimming the outside of it.
Okay, so it's like
can
it
all
does
just vote for mine
this.
now.
The balcony's not doing this; it's doing this kind of a thing.
Yes.
Okay. And the door into that is just like you go up a level and there's a door there,
yeah.
and they've come filing in.
Yes.
Vote early, vote often.
So what Bruno's going to do is he's going to see they're all coming up in from that stairwell, and he has just been watching these guys, and so his thought is, okay, well, you know, he's working on the computer stuff, and he's doing some computer stuff, and I don't know what any of that is. So he sees, as soon as they start coming in, he sees what's going on, and he's going to slip back out the door, go up the stairs, wait for the last one to go in through that door as they're all just kind of filing above him, walk in, grab the very last guy, grab his gun. He's got his gun in one hand. He's got the other guy, you know, bodily holding him like this as he crosses the guns and just takes out all of the guys, just kind of mows them down doing this way. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Not a lot of pressure on the knee. That's important. And should take out pretty much the entire collection of soldiers that are coming.
So the senior
Mostly
citizen
from
version
behind.
of the John Stone move?
Very similar, yeah, very similar. With
There was no fireball.
a little bit more surprise, fewer fireballs.
There was no
unfortunately.
fireball. There was no sliding.
And
There was
Cole,
no because I went
you
ah.
could
I
do
can do an
anything
ah.
right now.
I could do it with an ah.
We need a little bit more information about the room.
All right, what do you want to know?
What I want to know is there just a general light switch?
You're not aware if there is a general light switch. You have not seen
I'm
one.
not seeing one. Okay. Does it seem that all the internal systems are controlled via computer?
You're pretty sure that almost everything in this system is controlled by
Wonderful.
computer.
So what I want to do is go ahead and then just go ahead and, while I'm happy, turn off all the lights. After taking a moment, surveying exactly where everyone is, turn off all the lights, step right into the middle of the room, and just mow everyone down.
Dancing in the dark. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so there's the
All
three
right, so
options.
we have Die Hard meets the Matrix, the senior citizen version of Die Hard meets the Matrix, and Dancing in the Dark.
All right, chat.
It's all on you, Chad. You're going to decide.
Lights out gun fu, machine gun from behind.
I like
grenade
lights out
fireball
gun-
ammo.
That is awesome.
That's a better name. I like
love
it.
that.
I like that one. Lights out gun fu.
It wasn't really gun fu though, because he just went.
Don't know.
Gun fu is like in equilibrium. Gun fu is like equilibrium.
I just like the name.
It's an awesome name.
It's more of the John Woo type stuff.
That's the rule of cool, John. Every John Woo movie is essentially a long-running rule of cool.
Now remember,
much,
mine had exploding grenades that explode into fireballs. Because we all know that frag grenades make fireballs. And then I was sliding on my knees, shooting in the air. Dudes, come on now.
Way to flaunt it to poor Bruno, but you can still use your knees.
Yeah,
Hey.
my knee doesn't work. That
Yeah.
way.
Way to be sensitive. John Stone's move could come with doves.
Oh yeah.
We have no doves. We did not pack
Oh
any
yeah.
doves.
Techno doves.
We did not pack doves.
All right, the winner is John. All right, so what I want to do first is start with our losers. So I want you to make your computers test first at a -5 to try and hack the system.
He won. Oh,
Thanks,
he
folks.
beat me.
John did.
John was the
No,
winner.
I'm saying that he was losers first. So wait,
Thanks, everybody.
Both of you lose.
I thought
There is a winner.
I just thought I was
No,
the
you should be
biggest
me.
loser.
I got 3 votes. You got 4 votes.
Oh, okay, good.
There is only one winner in the rule of cool.
Well, this is
Everyone
not a
else
good-
is
good
a
I want to
loser.
know
for
where I
Bruno.
stand.
There's only one Highlander.
So I'm sorry, I'm rolling what?
You're going to do the computers test first because you're trying to shut those lights out. It's at a -5 though because of the rule of cool.
Computers or electronics?
I'll let you choose, but it's still going to be at a -5.
So I'll go with electronics. And we fail it.
So the lights do not go out. And now you're trying to shoot these gentlemen with the lights not out. And there are quite a bit of them. So I'm going to your shooting test is going to be at a -7.
Oh,
Ooh, ouch. Yowza. All right. -7. Man.
missed it by 2. Do I have anything before? No. Okay, missed it by 2.
You're not sure if he's trying to lay covering fire, suppressive fire, or if he's just a really bad shot. Impossible to tell.
He's a decoy. He's
Bruno,
drawing fire.
I'm going to require either a covert operations or a stealth check first.
Okay.
For that sneaking in behind them, also at the -5.
So should I do an action hero check first?
Yes.
Okay.
So still, again, everything gets a -5, unfortunately, because they're really
Right. So we're going to use my +9 right now in order to make the action hero check by 7.
All right, so you'll have no multi-action penalty.
Right. So that we're going to keep that -5 for the rest of the stuff we're doing. Okay. And so then
Better than -7.
covert operations or a fighting covert operations.
Covert operations first.
Okay. Did not make that. Missed it by 2 after the penalty.
All right, so that first gentleman is turning around when you're coming up behind him. And now your fighting test.
Okay. This could go bad. Oh, look at that. -5 makes that 11, which makes that beat it by 7 still.
But you're able to grab hold of him, twist him around, and get him in front of you, and then give me a shooting test.
Okay.
So you're opening fire on these.
Bruno Hamilton, man. Tell you what.
And with the -5, I beat it by 2 still.
And still, you're shooting them. When out of nowhere, John Stone pulls the move. You've never seen anything like it. Grenades, spoons in the air.
Oh,
It's
by
almost
the way,
like time slows for that one moment.
Oh, by the way, as I'm doing this, the first thing I do is I yell my battle cry, which is my own name. Just John Stone!
And you are extraordinarily lucky as those fragmentation grenades detonate. You manage to get a hold of this guy and get him in front of you.
Yeah,
Human shield.
there's a fireball.
Because of that, you still are going to have to make a defensive check against that explosion. But you're already going to take half damage from the person offering you a physical barrier.
Is that still at a -5?
That one won't because that's not part of the rule.
Then I make it by.
But it's a fireball, so it kind of.
Yeah.
Made it by 1.
The grenades explode. Ammunition starts to cook off and bullets are flying all over the room, breaking through those servers on the ground, through parts of the barricade, through the doors. They are flying in every possible direction, but somehow none of them are coming anywhere near the 3 of you. Well, they're all over you. They're just hitting the dead guy in front of you at this point. And in a span of less than 3 seconds, everyone in the room, except for you 3, is dead. Filled with bullets from John Stone's guns or their own.
Mass murder.
Bruno, you took 10 points of damage from that fragmentation grenade.
That's all that's it.
So that
And you
brings me
are
down to
above them
100
on the
points.
balcony with a charred dead man on top of you. The download's at 75% complete.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank God. What are hidden servers, man?
Well, there's a lot of redundancy in these servers. There's so many of them. You can spare a few of them.
While he's downloading that, you said you wanted to look for something when you were in here originally? When you were coming up in here?
Yeah, so I wanted to get in and see if I could find out which dorm my brother's in.
Give me
and
a computer's
if there is
test.
a thing where you can unlock doors.
Give me a computer's test.
Oh, computer's test. Computer test. Email. The email. What? The email. 7, so I beat mine by 4.
There is a central control for the door locks. It's down on the 5th level with the metapods, with another section entitled Main Security Administration. Seems to be where they're controlling access to those doors from.
Do I know which dorm?
You've got a room for your brother, room 137.
Oh dang! You brother. Room 137. Okay.
At that very moment.
This can't be good. He's getting all dramatic now.
Oh yeah. The doors, secure doors you came in through, fly off of their hinges, physically through the air. Not like kicked and thrown really fast, but ripped, almost hovering, and then set down. And a man strides through the doors. Tall, blonde, wavy hair. Guy's a very Ken doll look to him. Very, very full of himself. Has one of those jumpsuits that you saw the Project Metaverse pilots wearing in the show. It says Heinrich on the name tag. And we're gonna roll some initiative.
Oh dear.
Heinrich Schliemann.
Those doors are still floating in the air.
Yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good at all.
That's bad.
Oh wait, how do we do this again? Initiative
2
is-
dice, add your ACV to it.
Yep.
Oh, added. Okay. I can tell this is not going to help against this guy, but anyway.
Heinrich has a 16.
Oh, well, cool. I have a 17. Haha.
John is a 17. Bruno,
27.
27. You're going fast.
I'm a 9.
A 9. Ooh,
I get-
solid
if I make
9.
an action
you're
hero
too
roll, I get
busy
a +4,
watching
makes
that
these 9.
screen, hoping that it
Oh,
gets
yeah.
downloaded faster. All right, start
roll
us off.
14.
Bruno, you're going fast. What you gonna do?
All right. So this guy is at the
He's at the security doors, like where you came in from. This room. The only way out of this room.
so he's like direct. Oh, he's below me
Yes.
because I'm upstairs.
Yeah, and you've got a dead body on top of you. So he might not even know you're up there.
Well, we're gonna go for the classic Bruno move and do a called shot to the back of the head. He hasn't seen me, so I'm gonna kind of lean over, take a careful aim with my pistol, and
Proceed.
take him out. So, is this action hero or just a shooting?
You can make a shooting, or it's your choice. You want to make multiple shots, you'll want to make an action hero test, but you can just fire one straight shooting test.
So action hero beats it by 3.
All right.
Shooting beats it by 2. Take another shot. And that second one beats it by 9.
The first shot, perfectly lined up, stops about an inch short of his temple
I knew that was coming.
and just falls to the ground. The second one clips his ear,
By the way,
and he bleeds.
But it bent, right? Like it got pushed out of the way because my aim was true and
Yes.
it swerved.
Pushed, and the other one just stopped and fell.
nice one, Rickety Cat. I see what you did there.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
It's kind of how Bruno works.
he did, in fact, just backstab someone.
We tried.
John,
Ugh.
you just saw that happen. Those doors are still floating up in the air. It's been a while since you've seen weird stuff like this.
Yeah.
I don't know what going full John McClane means. Do I have to take off my shoes?
Pieces in. So I'm wondering, is this telekinesis or is it magnokinesis? Like, is this because these are all metal or because he just controls matter?
Well, you don't got a lot of time to think about it, so you better
Yeah.
make a decision.
I ain't got no time to think about it. This is a tall blonde dude.
He's
Oh,
Tom on. He has
handsome.
that Ken
Name
doll, arrogant look. You know the guy.
Heinrich. Heinrich. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna try to. Well, he shot him. It didn't work. But that was one shot. All right. I'm. How far away from him am I?
About 35 feet, because you slid on your knees across the room shooting everybody.
Dang it. All right.
I'm like
Frickin'
6
A.
feet from him.
And all I have
Shoot him.
are
up above him.
standard
Right,
standard
but, like
firearms.
straight up above him.
Well, your shooting tests were fine. That's not why you missed.
Oh no, that's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah, I
what the hell
know.
do I do now? Because I shot him from like 6 feet away, and it missed. So Bruno's kind of out of ideas.
Well, here's
and
what I want
you're
to
going,
know.
what the fuck is happening? I stepped into a comic book.
Here's what I want to know. How many things can he track in his mind at one time? So, I'm going to go full automatic and shoot him 2 rounds, 2 attack rounds worth of automatic weapon fire.
Give me 2 shooting tests. I see what you're trying to do.
He said shooting
Bruno went
test.
for
He
the
didn't say
precision,
attack.
That didn't work.
That's
so he's gonna
you
go
use your
for the-
shooting skill if it's higher than your ACV. If you don't have a shooting skill, use your ACV.
Okay, I got it. Okay. All right, so I met my shooting, 14.
Met it. All right.
That was for one of them anyway.
That first burst, the wave of his hand pushes him off to the side. Then just kind of turn a little bit, pepper the server standing next to him, blowing it to pieces. Chunks of it flying off. Give me the second test.
That's 12, so I beat it by 2.
The second burst, he does that hand wave thing again, but a couple of them make it through. He takes one in the shoulder and one in the side, drops down to a knee.
All right, so he can be overloaded. He is powerful, but he can't do everything at once. So,
Which brings it to his turn.
all right.
Stands back up from his knee.
Wait, so he took one in the shoulder, you said, or?
Oh yeah, he's got a bullet in his shoulder.
Okay.
Looks around the room and punches straight into the ground. Everybody give me a DCV check.
Son of a.
6.
I beat mine by 1.
Beat it by 1.
Missed it by 3.
All right, everyone who beat it is still standing on your feet and in your position and only takes 10 damage. Anybody who failed is prone 20 feet back and takes 20 damage. Since you can't go 20 feet back, you just went straight into the wall behind you. It's just that everything around him pushed out. The servers standing close to him are all knocked down. They're halfway across the room. The dead bodies next to him pushed away every bit of shrapnel. He is in a perfectly clear zone about 20 feet around him. And nothing around him. After the 16, we had the 9. Cole?
Is that accurate?
Oh no, you've got a base hit points that you also have. That's your bonus hit points.
Oh yeah, that's extra. You have a score on there for
70
base.
right there.
7 health.
Yeah, so
health
you're
being hit
Yeah,
points.
yeah. You
Great,
the
okay.
Patreon poll gives us gives certain
boost.
players a boost based on their Patreon voting before the game starts.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's right.
You're not dead yet.
So I have.
You got a ways to go.
Yeah. So yeah, make sure you keep those bonus hit
about
points
that.
in, and if you haven't used your bonus that you got for a roll, remember you've got that, and if you've spent it, well, remember to thank chat for giving that to you.
Thank you, Chad.
So,
What are you going to do now?
I think we'll go for
Downloads at 100%
We use
complete.
Metaverse though. The bonuses. Plus
Great.
bonuses.
Your job's
I
done.
never used mine.
Okay.
Do I recognize this name at all based off the information that I've been looking at in the computer systems this entire thing?
Yeah, you do. You recognize his name. They have like a leaderboard system for their game, their project Metaverse, and they had them at the top 50 organized into these teams, except for this one name, Heinrich, all by himself, and the only one they didn't have a video of their in-game simulation of. A leading scorer. No trace of their gameplay.
This might be really dumb, but I think he might be controlled. If he's hacking the system somehow with all this weird stuff you've been telling me, can I hack in to see if I can find him and shut him off if he's being controlled somehow by the computer system?
At this point, those computers are not functional. You've got the download just in time. If he was controlled by those computers, he would probably be offline right now because they're
That's a good
toast.
point. Okay.
So,
Well, so full automatic, and let's just blow some bullets at him.
All right, give me another shooting test.
Okay. And
John Stone never went to Stone City, did he?
15, missed it by 1, so
Final
I would
City.
like to
Did you
use.
ever see Crash Jackson do a
What,
punch?
so what do I just plus 8? Does that?
Wait,
how does that work?
Add that to the score you're rolling against.
It's the same kind of thing
Yes,
that
I'm rolling
Crash
against.
can do. For
Yeah, because you're
his,
trying to
like,
roll under a
matrix
certain
powers,
number,
so-
so it's make your score really high for that one roll.
Got it. Okay. So that was 20, and I make it 15.
All right.
So
You
I
beat
go
it by
on.
5. I beat mine by 6. So no, that's not gonna happen. He stops those bullets in flight. And they drop like sand below it. Bruno.
He's still more or less right below me, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. I am going to do an action hero move. I'm gonna grab a couple of the AR-15s, one of mine and one of the ones I
There's
picked
a
up the
couple
other
up
guys.
there. Most of them have had the rounds cooked off of them now, however, due to the
Okay, well,
fight.
in that case, maybe I'll just go with my classic pistol in one hand, AR-15 in the other hand. We're going to push off the wall, take a step forward, plant my good leg on the railing, leap off the railing, and try and drop down on top of him, firing both guns into him as I drop from above.
Give me
Try
an
and
action
land on
hero
him with my
test.
right leg, shouting, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" Action hero succeeds.
just to be kind.
Shooting Shooting succeeds by 4. Do a second shot, which misses by 1.
The first shot, he does that little hand trick, and he's just a little slow. And by the time his hand's moving, that bullet's hitting right next to the other one in his shoulder. And then give me a fighting test for trying to land on top of him.
I hit it exactly.
And you're on top of him.
Yeah.
Bruno is on top of Heinrich. Cole, you're up. You've got your hard drive.
He's
All
up.
right. Well, I'm taking my hard drive and putting it away.
Path through the door is clear.
Yeah, didn't he go?
I thought he just went before him.
Should be 26, 23, 18, 16. 26 Bruno, 23 Cole, 18 John Stone,
That was the
16 bad
last
guy.
one. That was previous.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
This round I have.
You're right.
Oh yeah.
I skipped initiative charts. I got Bruno 27. Oh yeah, you are supposed to be last, so it would have
Right.
been
So John's
John Stone at 17. You are correct. Sorry about that. I apologize.
All right.
Bad note taking on my part.
Good catch.
All right. All right. All right. So, he lived way off the bullet, except one of the bullets got through. But
He's been shot a couple of times now, and Bruno and him are rolling around on the ground like a couple of scrapping dogs.
Oh, okay. So they're on the ground now. All right.
And you know where your brother is.
Well, this guy's powerful. I'm not gonna lead these guys without trying to take this dude out first. So I am going to. Now they're rolling, but I'm good at. I can control my shooting. I'm gonna get up a little bit closer though, and I'm going to try to shoot Heinrich again with lots of bullets, lots of them.
Give me a shooting test. Don't miss too badly.
I won't miss too badly. And I have 2.
This could hurt, Bruno.
No, I'm not gonna shoot him. Come on, I'm good. And we're
You're good.
close. 7, that's easy. And my shooting is 14, so I beat that by whatever. And I'm gonna burn up 2 meta points for a double tap, which means deal double damage on a successful shooting test.
What is the damage of you're using the AR-15 there? I believe an assault rifle is listed in your weapons, I think.
Well, 40 damage on a 3-round burst.
40 damage. And what's, it's a triple damage or is it
Double.
double damage? So that's an 80 damage hit. 80 damage! That's quite the shot. Straight through the torso. You hit something important there.
And so how close is he to dead?
You don't know.
Deadness.
Surprisingly enough, this guy's got 2 bullets in his shoulder, a shot through his ear, clipped in the leg, and now hit in some major vital organ, is still somehow holding his own in a physical fight with Bruno, who is much bigger than him.
But has he been diminished, though?
Doesn't even seem to be slowing down.
What? Okay, doesn't even seem to be slowing down. Is this a real person? Well, you're touching him and he waves stuff through the air. Does he even react to me shooting him?
Yeah, while struggling with Bruno, he pulls himself to one knee. And if you want to make a defensive check, now would be the time.
Well, no.
Tries
I
to
get
throw.
2 attacks in a defense.
Oh,
I
you're
get 2
okay.
attacks per round.
Yeah, he's still
I'm just
done that. You're
observing.
going to keep shooting him before we move on. Okay, going backwards. I apologize.
All right.
Still your turn.
Now
you shot him somewhere vital. Didn't even slow down. Still fighting with Bruno. Looks like he's about ready to try and hurt him.
Freaking A. All right. Where is Bruno on him?
They're rolling. It's 2 guys rolling around on the ground
Grappling
fighting.
match.
Freaking A.
Each one trying to get advantage in any given second.
All right. Can I do a called shot or something like that, or like really aim a shot?
It's a penalty to the shot, but you can. You take a penalty of 2 to your shooting test. But you can call the shot. If you're successful, it hits exactly where you said it was going to hit.
Make the bullet.
I'm gonna try to.
Assuming he has no defensive capability.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go to fisticuffs on this dude, because metal isn't working too much on this guy. I mean, he's been shot a couple of times. He keeps moving. Maybe metal doesn't hurt him. So I'm gonna try to go and punt this dude in the head.
Give me a fighting test.
All right. Fighting. Same thing, 14.
Ouch.
Man, are you serious?
Did you miss by 5?
More than that.
No, not by.
Oh, no.
Wait.
Yeah, by 5.
No, by.
10 and 9.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, exactly 5.
Missed by, okay. You missed by more than 5, you would have hit Bruno, but instead, it's close. Your kick almost gets Bruno in the jaw. He will stand to his feet at this point and attempt to hurl you across the room, Bruno. Oh,
Because he has
I
super
went back.
strength, because he's freaking Titan.
Give me a defensive check.
I rolled my defense was 5.
All right, you
so,
won't take damage, but he throws you off of him. And the amount of strength he uses is just not
superhuman.
real. It just shouldn't happen. This bullet-riddled man gets to his feet and throws the more than 200-pound Bruno halfway across the room, like he's a rag doll. He's definitely breathing heavy at this point, though.
Bruno managed to go into a roll as he hits the ground 20 feet away.
Cole?
Taunt him. Say
sometime.
mean things to him. Try to frustrate him. Call his name. Say, Heinrich, dude, what's up? Rattle him.
Is there are there any grenades on any of the dead guys?
Up above you, there might be, or they might have gotten cooked off and detonated. No
Oh,
way to
that's
know unless you
very
get
cool.
up there.
No, do that. He's standing? He's standing?
He's standing.
How
yeah.
tall?
Oh, a little over 6 feet. You know, he's a big guy, but not Bruno big.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and run straight towards him, slide between his legs just as he get under, just start firing up his nuts and say,
Titan.
fuck you, Sally.
Is that a British expression?
That's my expression.
Okay.
I feel bad for Sally, I really do. I'm sorry, Sally, I really am.
So
He doesn't mean it.
-2?
-2.
3.
So wait, so you know what a Titan is? How's a Titan?
Bruno doesn't know
fight
what
a
Titan
Titan?
is.
How do you fight
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
a Titan? Okay.
Cole comes running across the room, slides down between this Heinrich guy's legs, putting his handgun up on the way through, fires off around, and you're pretty sure that he just gave him a vasectomy.
Damn.
While yelling, what?
And for the first time, you get a reaction. Both hands drop to his boys, and he falls over, blue in the face, coughing. And you think he might be puking.
Aha.
That burner phone rings. It shouldn't be ringing. There's no cell signals on this island.
The one in my pocket?
Yeah, your burner phone's ringing.
You have a burner phone too? I thought you had a burner
I have a
phone.
burner phone. Oh,
Yeah, we
wow.
both have. Yeah. You might not, but that's how I keep in touch with Anonymous. It's ringing like a
Ringing
phone.
like a call.
How much damage did he take?
Hello?
We'll get to that.
You have any idea how hard it is to get a Winnebago out from government storage?
Patrick?
You better get on the roof, mate.
On the roof?
Trust me.
We'll be right
Ryan goes
there.
dead.
We gotta find your brother and get to the roof.
You're not
All right.
sure you have time for both of those things. Time to make some hard decisions, gentlemen.
I came to get my brother. So while you guys keep messing with this dude, he's on the floor now. He's in 137. Wait. But I'm gonna have to go back up to.
You're gonna have to go down to 5, disable the locks, back up to 3, get to 137, get him out. These two guys are gonna be on the roof and gone or dead long before then.
5 is where the controls for the rooms are.
Sub-level 5,
Yeah.
main security.
And I'm going up to, what, 3? To the roof?
Well, you're going all the way up 6 floors of the roof, and you're down 2 on
Oh, it's
sub-levels.
on the 6th floor.
So you're going up a total of 8 floors.
I
You're
gotta
on the clock.
I gotta get my brother. I gotta go. You guys,
I'm gonna go to the roof.
if there's any way to hold their whatever is going on, but I gotta go try to get my brother.
I'm gonna go to the roof. We have extraction up there. I will be on the roof. I will hold as long as we can.
All right, I'm running. You guys finish
gonna
up.
be waiting
behind
for the
me.
Split ways. John Stone heads down into the basement levels. Bruno and Cole head up the stairs. You can hear the gunfight from outside getting closer. Whatever's going on out there, it's definitely gearing up. Hear the whir of helicopter blades. Whenever those response teams are, they're probably here by now. Reaching the roof, you can see the gunfight down below, all over the beach. They've pulled up little rafts and boats. And there are guys everywhere, running around like little ants.
But
shooting
still
each other.
outside the building.
All of them seem to be out, but the fighting is getting closer. It looks like the guys who are defending the island are basically in a fighting retreat back towards that main building. While you're on that roof, you can see those response team helicopters coming in. It looks like they're going to make this horrible strafing run and just destroy dozens and dozens of those attacking Founders agents. When first one, then the other disappears in a huge ball of fire as a Winnebago flies in towards the roof. It has jets on the back.
Because we're local.
Because, flying Winnebagos do happen. And in one swift movement, it comes to the roof over here and sort of unfolds into a robotic elderly woman with a handbag.
Please tell me that the cockpit is the handbag.
Patrick is in the handbag.
Awesome.
You best climb in, we ain't got much time.
Now, hold on a second.
Meanwhile, you have made it down to the 5th floor in the sublevels.
Yes. Voodoo. You need to watch more action movies. You always split the party in an action movie. You always do. Because you always have to rescue your boys. So, I'm at the 5th level.
Oh, I was going to split them 3 ways if they would let me get away with it.
Alright, so I'm made it to the 5th level, yes?
You're down on the 5th level. You know that the security control is somewhere on this floor.
Yes. So, I'm just looking for conduits. There's gonna be lines, there's gonna be stuff, cables running somewhere.
Oh yeah,
that'll
you
lead back
find a
to it.
set. You begin dashing all kinds of them. Patrick's yelling for you. You gotta get in, we gotta go!
Alright.
Sorry, I don't do a Patrick accent. Deal with it.
So I'm gonna go get into the handbag with Patrick and say, we've gotta wait. We've got an agent down in the basement. He's trying to free his brother. He's gonna be up here any minute. We gotta wait as long as we can.
You have the hard drive.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
No, Patrick, we gotta wait, man.
And Opal
He's gonna be
takes
here
into
any
the
minute.
air.
Shit.
We're on a time crunch here.
We gotta stick around as long as we can, man. We got 2 people down in there.
And as Rabopal,
This is
Bruno, and Cole sail off into the night, John Stone runs through the halls, screaming his brother Eli's name. A gunfight rages outside, and the fate of countless people is at stake. Who knows what will happen next? You'll have to come watch Project Metaverse starting next week and find out.
Project the Metaverse?
Thank you all for tuning in tonight.
Uh-oh. Master.
That's all the time we have for the show. Make sure to watch next week and every week after. Do the Journey Quest 3.5 Kickstarter. Do Patreon. Hop on the Zoe page. Come see everything. Support all these guys. They're all amazing. I love you all. Thank you and good night.